Welcome back to the channel. This is story about what if Naruto is badly beaten and is found by Mikoto Uchiha, who gives him a blood transfusion. Part 1. Before I start, please do support for more amazing content and comments for part 2. Do consider to subscribe my channel and share my video to your friends and check out the description as well. Let's start the video. October 10th was just a normal day in the Hidden Leaf village, or as normal as a ninja village could be. On this day only known to a select few, Kushina Uzumaki Namikaze, wife of the 4th Hokage, the Yellow Flash, Minato Namikaze, was in the middle of giving birth today and was currently laying on her back in a secret cave a few miles from the village. The reason she's so far away is because she is the Jinchuriki on the demon nine-tailed fox, and there's a huge risk of releasing the nine tails due to her seal weakening. Her risk was even worse since she was delivering triplets, 2 boys and 1 girl. "Come on Kushina, one more push and you're done," Minato said with his hands placed over the seal trying to keep it intact. "Shut the hell up. How about you try giving birth?" Kushina yelled. "Kushina, he's right, just one more push. One more push and you'll have all of your babies." A doctor known as Bawako Sarutobi said. "I can't do it. I can't do it." Kushina said. "You can do it Kushina. Come on, just one more push." Tsunade Senju, granddaughter of the 1st Hokage and one of the legendary Sannin. "Come on Kushina. Just one more push. The seal is slipping away." Minato said. "Where the hell is Jiraiya?" Tsunade asked. "The toads called him for an emergency." Minato said. "Aya." Kushina yelled as she pushed her final baby out. "Congratulations, Kushina, it's a girl." Bawako said. "That makes 2 boys and 1 girl." Tsunade said. "What are their names?" Bawako asked. "I'll name the girl, Narumi. The blonde boy can be named Menma." Kushina said. Kushina then looked at the firstborn child. His hair was blonde, but you could see a tint of red towards the ends of his hair. The first Narumi and Menma had her violet eyes, while the oldest however had his father's blue eyes. His skin wasn't as pale as his brother and sister. Kushina had a hard time finding a name for him. She was cut off when a scream was heard in the room and Bawako was dead on the ground while a masked man was holding the son she has yet to name. They all looked at the masked man and he spoke up. "4th Hokage, Minato Namikaze. Step away from the Jinchuriki or else this child will die in its very first minutes of life." The man said. "Who is he?" Minato thought and Kushina yelled since Minato hasn't fixed a seal and the Kyuubi is starting to escape. "Get away from the Jinchuriki." The man said and pulled out a kunai placing it at the baby's neck. "Wait. Please, just stay calm." Minato begged. "I'm completely calm." The man said. He ducked out of the way from a punch by Tsunade and then kicked her away, unintentionally giving Minato more than enough time to dissect how he fights. He tossed the baby in the air and Minato reacted quickly, grabbed the baby and noticed the paper bombs on the blanket the baby was wrapped in. He tossed the blanket aside and rushed out of the cave as it exploded. Tsunade appeared by his side holding Narumi and Menma with a sad look on her face. "He took her before I could grab her." Tsunade said. "I know. He's after the 9 tails. Damn it. The toads knew we needed Jiraiya here today with her giving birth to help hold the seal." Minato said. "Let's get the kids to safety and then find Kushina." Tsunade said. Minato teleported them to another safe house he owned and placed all 3 babies in a crib. Tsunade noticed Menma and Narumi would inch away from their brother, but he didn't seem bothered by it. While Narumi and Menma were crying, he was silent and sleeping. She looked up and noticed Minato had changed into his shinobi clothes and threw on his Hokage robe. "I'll bring Kushina back here. She might be able to survive having the 9 tails ripped out of her, but it's going to be close. I want you to heal her as best as you can and keep an eye on her vitals." Minato said. "Make sure you kick that guy's ass." Tsunade said. "I will." Minato said. Minato teleported away and returned instantly with Kushina, who was breathing heavily. He placed her on the bed and Tsunade quickly got to work on bringing her back to a stable condition. Minato was about to leave when Kushina spoke up to him. "Minato, he's going to attack the village." Kushina said through labored breaths. "I know. I'm going to stop him and the 9 tails. Our babies are safe. I'll be back." Minato said and disappeared. Tsunade continued to check on Kushina for a while and eventually she was able to stabilize her and hit her to the point where she only needed some rest. Tsunade was surprised that Kushina would actually survive since having a tailed beast removed from you is almost a sure thing to kill you. Kushina wanted nothing more than to sleep, but Narumi and Menma kept crying and she had to feed them. Their brother would whimper every once in a while as he was hungry as well, but every time Tsunade brought the oldest baby close to Kushina, Narumi and Menma would always start crying even louder. "I don't think they like their brother," Tsunade said with a small laugh. "I'm sure it's nothing. Can you take them so I can feed him?" Kushina asked. "Sure, I can do that," Tsunade said and they swapped babies making Menma and Narumi cry once again. "He's got both of your hair colors. I've never seen anything like it before." Tsunade said. "I know. Narumi will have straight red hair like me. Menma will have his father's wild and spiky blonde hair. As for the oldest, maybe he'll have a combination of both once he grows older. Kushina said. Have you figured out a name for him yet? Tsunade said. No, I haven't. I hope Minato thought of one because I'm drawing a blank right now. Kushina said as he was finished eating. I'm sure you'll figure something out. I want to know why the toads called Jiraiya away though. None of this would be happening if he were here. The seal would have been fixed as soon as you were finished giving birth with those two here. He better have a good explanation for this or I'm sending him into the hospital again. Tsunade said and then Minato appeared in the room. Minato? What happened? Kushina asked. I managed to fight the guy off. He escaped before I could finish him off. He uses some kind of space-time ninjutsu that's almost as fast as me using the Hiraishin. Minato said. That's impossible. You're the fastest shinobi alive. How can someone possibly match your speed? Tsunade asked. He called himself Madara Uchiha. Anyway, we have another problem. The Nine Tails is still going on a rampage and I have Gamabunta holding him off with Lord Third. I need to reseal it. Minato said. Let's go then. I can take it back inside of me. Kushina said. No, it can't be you. Your chakra coils are already depleted and you haven't fully recovered from the Nine Tails being extracted from you. Minato said. Then where are you going to seal it? Kushina asked and Minato looked at her kids. You're joking. Tsunade said. Unfortunately I'm not. They're the only ones who can hold the Nine Tails due to their Uzumaki genes and their chakra coils haven't developed yet. Minato said. No. Absolutely not. Kushina yelled. Kushina, they're the only ones I can think of. I can't use anybody else's kid. What kind of Hokage would I be if I could sacrifice somebody else's child and not my own? Please, I need to do this. I'll split its chakra from the body and divide each between the three of them. Minato said. You sure you can't use me? Kushina asked. Yes, I'm positive. The Nine Tails would just force its way out because you're still weak from the extraction. If I were to reseal it into you, then you would die and it would escape. I have to do this. Minato said. Fine, then I'm coming with you. I can use my chakra chains to hold it down. Kushina said. I don't know. You think she can handle it? Minato asked Tsunade. She should be able to. She's a full-blooded Uzumaki, so her chakra chains barely take up any chakra. I'll come along just in case. Tsunade said. Thank you. Minato said and they gathered the kids and left to do the sealing. Battlefield. Minato, Kushina and Tsunade arrived in the clearing where the Nine Tails was being held. They noticed the third Hokage was standing on top of Gamabunta, using his staff to hold the Nine Tails down. Kushina used her chains to hold down the Nine Tails, and Gamabunta went back to Mount Mayaboku while the third Hokage landed in front of them. Kushina. You're still alive. Hiruzen said shocked. It's going to take a lot more than some stupid overstuffed cat to take me down. Kushina said and they all chuckled at her. Minato, what's the plan? Hiruzen asked. I'm going to split the Nine Tails' mind and body from its chakra. I know you want to argue, but it must be done. Now, I need everyone to stand back. The jutsu I have to use requires a soul sacrifice. Minato said. Minato Namikaze. You are not killing yourself just to seal away some stupid fox. Kushina said, and then the Nine Tails roared. Shut up you stupid fucking fox. Kushina yelled and everyone sweat dropped at her. I'll do it then. Hiruzen said. What? Tsunade asked. I said I'll do it. I'll do the jutsu to sacrifice my soul. Minato, you have a new family to look after and take care of. Consider this my final act as Hokage. Hiruzen said. I'm sorry Lord Third, but I can't let you do that. Minato said. Minato, I've already lost Bawako. Asuma doesn't need me anymore. He hardly even speaks to me. Just let me do this, please. Hiruzen said and Tsunade saw the look on his face. Just let him do it, Minato. Let him go out on his own terms. Tsunade said. Fine. You can do it. Minato said with a sigh. Thank you. Now, who will we be dividing the chakra into and who gets the mind? Hiruzen asked. Place the chakra inside of Narumi and Menma. Narumi has a high chance of accessing the Uzumaki chakra chains, and Menma, I can tell will have a high amount of chakra on his own, they'll be able to handle the chakra. Give the mind and soul to the oldest one. Minato said. You still haven't figured out a name for him? Hiruzen asked. No, but we're really thinking and we're also kind of in the middle of something. Kushina said. Right. Minato, protect the village at all costs. Do not let anything happen to it. I'm once again putting my complete faith and trust into you. Remember this. When the tree leaves dance, one shall find flames. The fire's shadow will illuminate the village and once again, tree leaves shall bud anew. Hiruzen said. Everyone stepped back and Minato summoned the altar for the three children to be placed on. Once the children were on the altar Minato went next to his wife and Tsunade. Hiruzen activated the Reaper Death Seal, then sealed the chakra into Narumi and Menma. Tsunade came and took the two of them from the altar after they were finished. Hiruzen was about to seal the body inside of the oldest baby, but the Nine Tails lashed out and tried to stab him with its nail. Hiruzen jumped in front of the nail and was stabbed through his back and used his staff to stop the nail from going any further. The baby looked up at Hiruzen and smiled a bit, making Hiruzen smile a bit himself. You'll be a great ninja someday. You carry the will of fire inside of you and are destined for great things. I hope to hear your story when your journey is done, Naruto. Seal. Hiruzen said. Those were the final words of Hiruzen Sarutobi, the professor of shinobi and the third Hokage. The Nine Tails let out a final roar of defeat as it was sealed away inside of Naruto. The third Hokage fell to the ground after the Shinigami ripped out his soul, and he had a smile on his face. His staff transformed into a monkey that had a sad look on his face as he looked at his fallen summoner. The monkey picked up Naruto and took him to his family. King Enma. Minato greeted. I have your son here. Hiruzen has high hopes for him. I wish you all well. Enma said as he handed Naruto to Minato. Thank you Enma. Minato said. We still need a name for him, Minato. Kushina said. He already has one. Hiruzen called him Naruto just before he died. I would stick with that one to honor him. Enma said. Of course he would choose Naruto. That's the name of the character from Jiraiya's first book. He loved that book almost as much as he loved reading the smut Jiraiya writes. Tsunade said and Enma left in a cloud of smoke. Naruto it is then. Do you like that? Your name's Naruto. Yes it is. Kushina said in Naruto's face and all she got back was a fart. Come on. We have to grab his body and prepare the funeral for everyone who died and I have to let the village know what's going on. Minato said and he gave Naruto to Tsunade and picked up Hiruzen's body. Funeral. After the body viewing was over with, Minato stood on top of the Hokage tower with Kushina, Jiraiya and Tsunade. He was ready to give his speech to the people of Konoha. People of Konoha. Tonight was the worst night in the history of the Leaf Village. As you all know, the Nine Tails attacked. We managed to stop it, but it cost us loved ones and friends. Hiruzen Sarutobi was amongst those men who bravely fought and died. He sacrificed his life to seal away the Nine Tails into my children. Minato said. Won't the Nine Tails escape? A villager asked, and everyone started to freak out. No. The seal is safe and secure. I've checked it along with my wife Kushina and Master Jiraiya, who are both seal masters. We separated the chakra from its body among my children. Menma and Narumi pose the fox's chakra while Naruto contains the body and mind of the Nine Tails. Tomorrow I want all available ninja and civilians who are able to start helping with the construction to rebuild the village. Tonight, I'll give you all time to mourn your losses. Thank you. Minato said and walked away from the podium going into the building. I need to talk to you about something Minato. Jiraiya said. Sure what is it? Minato asked. Where the hell have you been? Is a better question. Tsunade said. The toads called me away to talk about a prophecy. Jiraiya said. What did they say? Minato asked. The one with power it wasn't born with shall be the savior or destroyer of the world. Jiraiya said. What are you saying? Minato asked. I think once Menma and Narumi are old enough, we should start focusing on their training. Jiraiya said. What about Naruto? Kushina asked. He'll have to learn from the academy when they start. Narumi and Menma are the children of prophecy. They both have power they weren't born with due to them possessing the Nine Tails chakra and we can't have them go down the right path. Jiraiya said. You want us to neglect one of our children? Kushina asked. It's for the best Kushina. Besides, Naruto will learn at the academy. I'm not the world's best sensor, but Naruto's chakra levels aren't as nearly large as Narumi and Menma's and that's not even counting the Nine Tails chakra. They'll need the extra training anyway. Jiraiya said. I'll think about it. Minato said. Make the right decision. Jiraiya said and left. You seriously aren't thinking about this, are you Minato? Tsunade asked holding Naruto. I don't know. We have years before they're ready to start training so I'm not worried about it. Minato said. Here, let me take Naruto and get the kids home. Kushina said. She reached for Naruto, but Narumi and Menma would start fussing. She pulled her hands back and they stopped, but once she reached again they would start fussing again. She grabbed Naruto and laid him next to Menma who started wailing and was hitting Naruto, who just looked unbothered. After Menma was done hitting Naruto, Naruto swung his own hand and hit Menma, making him cry really loud. I guess they'll have a small sibling rivalry. Minato said with a laugh. I guess they will. Kushina said. I don't know. Naruto's attitude doesn't even seem like any of yours. He's extremely laid back and it sort of reminds me of Kakashi. Tsunade said. That is not going to happen. Kushina said and poked Naruto's nose. I don't know. I just don't see him getting out of that personality. Watch this. Tsunade said and did a chakra-enhanced clap not getting a reaction from Naruto, but Menma and Narumi started to cry. Is he deaf? Kushina asked with worry. No. He definitely heard it. I just don't think he cares. Tsunade said. Great. Hopefully he'll balance out and have an interesting personality like me. Kushina said. Alright. Let's get these three home and then we'll be able to figure that stuff out at a later time. Minato said. Are you coming with us, Tsunade? Kushina asked. No, but I'll be back soon. I have some stuff to handle in the land of lightning, and Shizune will be coming with me. I should be back in 6 months or so. Tsunade said, okay. Don't drink too much. Kushina said, whatever. Tsunade said and left. Ready to go home? Minato asked. Yup. Kushina said and they left. Things were definitely going to get interesting around the village with the Hokage and his 3 children. However, a certain man with bandages over his eye was going around spreading false rumors about Naruto's seal and getting the civilians angry. 5 years later, it's been 5 years since the Nine Tails attack and the villagers were getting ready for October 10th, which was Naruto, Menma and Narumi's birthday. For Naruto, he didn't really care for his birthday since he's never really gotten anything. He didn't make friends because parents would tell their kids to stay away from them and the people that wanted to be his friends only did that so they could get close to Menma and Narumi. Over the years he's become close with 3 people who are a few years older than him and old enough to be his mother. Those people are Itachi Uchiha, Shisui Uchiha and Mikoto Uchiha. Naruto stumbled on Shisui and Itachi training once, then asked if they could train him, but they had to decline due to them being out on missions more often. He's known Mikoto, who was pretty much his aunt thanks to her always being around Kushina and spending time with him. Right now, Naruto was walking home since he did have a party to help set up for, even though he didn't want to be there and the party was a few days away. The main reason was because all of the clan heirs would be there and all they would do is swoon over Menma and Narumi. Over the years growing up he knew his brother and sister didn't like him and had a feeling it's been that way since birth. Whenever they would break something or do something bad, they would blame him and he would get in trouble. All of a sudden he ducked his head down and a glass bottle went flying over his head. That's another thing about him, he's always had good danger senses since he was born and he's never known why. He turned around and saw an angry mob running after him, so he did the only thing he could and ran. He ran as fast as his legs could take him and when he was almost home, he was pulled into an alley and didn't even see who did it. If he was able to see who did it, he would have noticed the blank masked Anbu leaving the scene. Nowhere to run now, you little demon. A drunk man said. Demon? Who? Naruto asked confused. You? You're a demon in human skin. A different man said. But, I am a human. Naruto said and the mob of people started to laugh at him. You're nothing but a fox in disguise. Today's the day you die, you stupid fox. A villager said. They didn't give him the chance to respond because they all just charged in and started beating him when he was cornered. Naruto took a blow to the head and then everything went black. The beating continued and eventually the villagers got bored after 20 minutes because he wasn't screaming in pain like they wanted. They walked away and left him there on the ground unconscious and bleeding with torn clothes. Mikoto Uchiha was walking around the village and noticed the mob leave the alley. She was going to ignore it, but her motherly instincts took over, so she went to the alley and saw Naruto's bloody body laying on the ground. She quickly ran over to him, ignoring the onlookers. Naruto? What happened? Mikoto yelled and Shisui arrived since he heard her yell. What happened? Shisui asked. I don't know. Go tell Kushina while I take him to the hospital. Mikoto said and vanished. Hospital? I need a hospital room. Mikoto said as she burst into the hospital and saw all of the nurses turn away from her. Sorry, but we're not allowed to care for demons. A nurse said and Mikoto Sharingan flared to life. Say it again. Mikoto said in a deadly voice, making the nurse shake in fear. I am sorry. The nurse said. What's your name? Mikoto asked. Siri. Siri said. Tell me, Siri. Does this look like a demon? Mikoto asked and lifted Naruto up. And no. I'm just following instructions. Siri said. Whose instructions? Mikoto asked and Siri pointed to a sign. That sign? Siri said and it was a sign that said demon with Naruto's face crossed out. Who put that there? Mikoto asked. I don't know. I've only been here for a week. They take it down when the Hokage or his wife comes in though. They said it takes away from the nice look we have here. Siri said and Mikoto sighed. Siri, get me a room for Naruto. Mikoto said and deactivated her Sharingan. He's lost too much blood. If anything he'll need a blood transfusion, and Lady Kushina as well as Lord Hokage are somehow exempt from giving blood. Siri said as she pulled out their files and ran to a room with Mikoto. Kushina I can understand due to her Jinchuriki status and the village not wanting to take any chances with her, but I don't understand why Minato is exempt. Mikoto thought. Use mine. We're both B positive. Mikoto said as she laid him on a bed and Siri read her file as well. Okay. You're in the clear, but I have to ask if you're sure. Siri asked. I'm positive. Just do it. Mikoto said. Okay. Siri said and started to take her blood. Naruto's mindscape. Naruto woke up in some kind of soar, but noticed his clothes weren't getting wet despite being in water. He stood up a bit shaken up and wandered around until he found himself in front of a cage. He walked closer until a pair of blood-red eyes opened and looked at him. Who are you? Naruto asked. I am what resides inside of you, human. A deep voice said. What do you mean? Naruto asked and the figure moved forward revealing a sickly-looking nine-tails. I am the nine-tailed fox and the reason you were on the verge of death. The nine-tails said. Verge of death? I'm still alive. Naruto asked. Yes. Mikoto Uchiha found you and had you rushed to the hospital. She did a blood transfusion to save your life. The nine-tails said. How do you know all of that? Naruto asked. Well, you were unconscious before coming here, I was able to hear everything that was being said. The nine-tails said. I guess I'll have to thank her. If you're the nine-tails, why do you look like that? Aren't you supposed to be much bigger? Naruto asked. I am. However, I was separated from all of my power into your siblings. The third Hokage sealed me away by splitting me into 3 parts. Your siblings have my power while you have my mind and soul. This is the result until I am reunited with my power. The nine-tails said. How does that happen? Naruto asked. I was supposed to regain my power, but since I was sealed away by the death god, my soul has been slowly fading away, splitting itself in 2 since my power is in 2 locations. Possibly by your birthday I'll be gone from inside of you and I'll reside in your siblings. The nine-tails said. So, can I ask you something that I always wondered? Naruto asked. What is it? The nine-tails asked. Can you explain why I'm always able to sort of sense danger? I know there are sensor-type ninja, but mine isn't like that. Naruto said. Call it a 6th sense if you will. An animal has the ability to sense danger hours in advance, but you seem to have picked up on it, but only able to react a few seconds before it happens. It won't get any better than that, but it will be helpful should you decide to become a shinobi. While you may develop a sensory-type ability once you unlock your chakra completely, your danger sense will always be there. The nine-tails said. Cool. So, why aren't you going on an evil rampage? Didn't you attack the village 5 years ago? Naruto asked. Yes, but I was being controlled by someone with a Sharingan. His name is Madara Uchiha. I was ripped out of your mother when she gave birth and forced to attack the village. The only thing I remember after I was ripped out of your mother was being sealed away. The nine-tails said. Madara Uchiha? The guy that had a rivalry with the first Hokage? Naruto asked. Yes. The nine-tails said. I'll have to read upon that. Anyway, what do you mean you were ripped out of my mother? Naruto asked. Your mother isn't from here. She was brought over here to become my second host or in human terms, a Jinchuriki. My first host, Mito Uzumaki grew old and could no longer contain my power, so I was transferred over into your mother, since she has the ability to suppress my power. I've now had 5 hosts in my entire lifetime. The nine-tails said. You've been sealed away for over 100 years? Naruto asked. You could say that yes, but that's just a mere fraction compared to how long I've lived. The nine-tails said. Are there others like you? Naruto said. Yes. There are a total of 9-tailed beasts, and we're all spread around the elemental nations. After I was sealed away, in order to keep peace between villages, Hashirama Senju decided to go out and capture the remaining tailed beasts, then basically gave us away as if we were his property. In doing so all he did was give the nations even more reason to fight, as they wanted to prove who was stronger, thus starting the age of the Jinchuriki. The nine-tails said. So, we're paying for Hashirama's mistakes? Naruto asked. If you want to put it like that then yes. The nine-tails said. Can't we just take the others out of their Jinchuriki and have you roam free? Naruto asked. You could, but the host will die after a tailed beast is removed. The nine-tails said. Then how did my mother survive? Naruto asked. You really don't know anything about your lineage. The Uzumaki are known to have incredibly powerful life forces, and your mother had that plus she was given medical attention right away. She was obviously handicapped for a while, but she clearly made a full recovery. Only an Uzumaki would have the potential to survive the removal of a tailed beast. The nine-tails said. So, I'll be dying when you go away? Naruto asked. No. The seal was designed to drain me of my soul and kill me, but something went wrong, and I'll just split into 2 separate souls returning to my power. You might feel a slight burning sensation on your stomach, but that's because I'm fading away and the seal is going away. Your siblings on the other hand, well they're going to get it a lot worse, but hopefully it will happen during their sleep, since I don't want to hear their constant whining and yelling. The nine-tails said. Say you were stuck here without your power forever. What would happen if Narumi and Menma were to use your power? Naruto asked. Without the soul or my body to control it, my power would quickly rush through their system, since there is no medium to help filter it from completely rushing out of the seal. If they weren't stopped in time then they would go on a rampage until they are dead. With me returning that will not happen since I'll be there to forcefully hold back my power. They will still go on a rampage and lose control if they aren't strong enough, but it's a lot less than what would happen if I never returned. The nine-tails said. You know, you don't seem as evil and mean like I thought you would. Naruto said. You haven't given me a reason to. Believe it or not, we tailed beasts were created to become protectors and not used as weapons of war. The nine-tails said. Who created you? Naruto asked and started to fade away. Seems as if you're waking up. I'll do some messing around with what little power I have in my body now, and you'll have a gift from me once you unlock your chakra. It was nice talking to you, Naruto. The Nine Tails said, and Naruto completely faded away. Real world, are you sure he's alright? Mikoto asked. Lady Mikoto, the operation was successful. Siri said. He's been out for 2 days though. Why hasn't he woken up yet? Mikoto asked. His body must have gone into shock, forcing him into a coma. He's perfectly healthy other than some malnourishment, but that's fixable. Siri said, and Mikoto sighed. I guess so, but his birthday party is in a few days, and I don't want him to miss it. Mikoto said. It's not like I'm getting anything. Naruto said. Naruto. Mikoto said and gave him a bone-crushing hug. Lady Mikoto, please be gentle. He just woke up. Siri said. I'm fine. I heal up fast. Naruto said. Why were you out late at night walking by yourself? Mikoto asked. I was just coming home and I was attacked. Can I leave now? This place sucks. Naruto said. Yes. You're free to leave, but you'll have to take it easy for a few days before you can do anything. Siri said. Come on. Let's get you home, Naruto. I'm sure your family is worried about you. Mikoto said. I highly doubt it, but come on. My parents have some explaining to do about a certain fox. Naruto said, and Mikoto gasped. What fox? Mikoto asked. The Nine Tails. Naruto said. Siri, can you give us the room? Mikoto asked. Of course. Siri said and left the room. How do you know about the Nine Tails? Mikoto asked. I spoke to him while I was unconscious. He's probably gone by now since his soul returned to his power. Naruto said. You talked to it? Mikoto asked. And yes. Naruto said. About what? Mikoto asked. My mother was his second Jinchuriki, only in Uzumaki can't survive a tailed beast being removed. My sixth sense comes from foxes being able to sense danger, and how Hashirama basically started all of this crap. Oh, and I know the real reason he attacked 5 years ago. Naruto said. Naruto, you can't trust the Nine Tails. He could be lying to you. Mikoto said. So my mother wasn't a Jinchuriki? Naruto asked. Well, yes she was. Mikoto said. Proven point right there, and it must not be known to everyone since you just told the nurse to leave the room. Naruto said, and Mikoto sighed. Why couldn't he be a normal kid? He just had to be extremely smart. Mikoto thought. So, what are you going to do with this information? Mikoto asked. Nothing. Nobody would believe me and my parents would strap me to a table so fast to check my seal, which probably won't be there anymore if I were to tell them that I talked to the Nine Tails. Naruto said. Well, he's got a point. Mikoto thought. Alright. Let's keep it between us for now and head out. Itachi and Sasuke are waiting for me at home. I'll take you home and I'll see you at your party in a few days. Big day for you being the oldest. You're officially going to become clan heir. Mikoto said. I guess so. Naruto said. Party. The party was going on, and just as Naruto knew, the clan heirs and all the kids that were there all avoided him and played with Menma and Narumi. He sat off to the corner and just read a book he found. He was brought out of his musings when someone tapped him on the shoulder. He looked up and saw Mikoto staring at him holding a gift in her hand. Hi Naruto. Mikoto said. Hi Mikoto. Naruto said. What are you reading? Mikoto asked. A book. Naruto said, and her eye twitched. What's the name of the book? Mikoto asked. Shinobi Battle Tactics. Naruto said. Well, that's good. It goes perfectly with my gift I got for you. Mikoto said and handed it to him. What is it? Naruto asked. Open it. Mikoto said, and he did as told, revealing practice kunai as well as practice shuriken. Thank you Mikoto. Naruto said and gave her a hug. You're welcome, sweetie. Mikoto said. Alright everyone gather around. I have an announcement to make. Minato said, and everyone gathered around except Naruto. Don't you want to go see what it is? Mikoto asked. No, I'm perfectly fine right here. Naruto said. Okay everyone, as you know, next year all of our children will begin the academy. It is with great pride that I announce, Menma is now named the clan heir of the Namikaze clan, and Narumi is now named the heir of the Uzumaki clan. They will begin their training tomorrow, as should all clan heirs if they haven't begun already. Minato said, and everyone except for Mikoto clapped. That's not all. Me and Jiraiya have been talking, and we've decided to let Menma and Narumi sign either the slug contract or the toad contract. Tsunade said. Really? Narumi and Menma yelled. Yes really. Now which one do you want to sign? Jiraiya asked, as they both summoned their scrolls. I want the toads. Menma exclaimed. I want the slugs. Narumi said, and they each went up and were instructed on how to sign the contracts. I thought Naruto was supposed to become the clan heir. Shisui said to Itachi. He was, but apparently Lord Fourth and Lady Kushina had other plans. Itachi said. You think he's upset about it? Shisui asked. Look for yourself. Itachi said, looking at Naruto reading a book. I think he already knew this was coming. Shisui said. Me too. Itachi said. Let's just enjoy the party. Shisui said. Minato. Kushina. Jiraiya said. Yes Jiraiya. Minato said. I see you've finally decided to begin their training. What about Naruto? Jiraiya asked. He's going to have to wait a bit longer. Minato said. Good. Now another thing, I know this sounds weird, but we need to keep them happy. So whatever they want we should give it to them, but only if it's reasonable. Jiraiya said. Naruto, so that's why you didn't really care about the announcement. Mikoto said. It's pretty obvious that they favor those two over me. It's not exactly hard to tell. Naruto said. I suppose you're right. What about your training? Are they going to train you? Mikoto asked. I highly doubt it. They bought the new clan heir's ninja supplies, and I didn't get anything from them. They signed the Toad contract and the Slug contract while I got nothing. They get treated like royalty by the villagers while I'm taken into alleyways and nearly killed. They get every single thing they ask for while I have to beg to even get recognized. Naruto said, and Mikoto just gave him a hug. Don't worry. I'm sure everything will get better for you. How about I train you until the academy? Mikoto asked. Really? Naruto asked. Sure. What kind of ant would I be if I didn't try to train you? Besides, my blood is inside of you. I'm like your second mother now. Mikoto said. I guess you're right. Naruto said. We'll start tomorrow. Mikoto said. What about Sasuke? Naruto asked. Sasuke wants his brother or father to train him since he's seen them train. His loss. Mikoto said and wrote something down on a piece of paper. What's that? Naruto asked. Instructions. I want you to unlock your chakra before you go to bed. Tomorrow I'll get you started on chakra control, Taijutsu as well as your kunai and shuriken training. I'll train you from 6 in the morning to 6 at night. Mikoto said. What about my ninjutsu and jinjutsu? Naruto asked. Once I feel like your chakra control is good enough I'll start your ninjutsu and jinjutsu training. If everything goes smoothly we should start in 6 months. Mikoto said. Okay. Where do you want me to meet you? Naruto asked. Training ground 31. Mikoto said. Okay. Training ground 31 at 6 in the morning. Naruto said. That's right. Don't forget about unlocking your chakra. It should be easy for you compared to your brother and sister. Mikoto said. I'm going to get started now. Naruto said and gave her a hug. You're not going to stay for the party? Mikoto asked as she returned the hug. No. I bet only you, Itachi and Shisui know I'm here anyway. Naruto said. Okay. I'll be here for a few more hours so I'll come check on you. Mikoto said. Okay. Naruto said and left as Kushina was coming towards them. Hey Mikoto. Was that Naruto? Kushina asked. Yes. Mikoto said. I was going to give him his gift. I guess I'll do it later. Kushina said. What did you get him? Mikoto asked. A book on chakra manipulation. I see him always reading ninja books so I figured he'd like that one. Kushina said. Huh. I thought you didn't get him anything since only Menma and Narumi are the only ones training. Mikoto said and Kushina sighed. I know, but you wouldn't understand. Kushina said. Try me. Mikoto said. The Toads gave Jiraiya a prophecy on their birth, saying the one with power it wasn't born with will be the savior or destroyer of the world. Kushina said. It hasn't occurred to you that all 3 of them have something they weren't born with? Mikoto said and kept the secret about the 9 tails to herself. I know, but Narumi and Menma have the power of the 9 tails. Naruto just has the body and soul. It has to be one of them. I'll start Naruto's training when he starts the academy. Kushina said. So he can be behind everyone else in the class? Mikoto asked. He'll be fine. Kushina said. If you say so. Mikoto said. Mom? Come on. Narumi said. Yeah. Dad said he'll show us some of his awesome ninjutsu. Menma said. I guess I have to go. Can you give this to Naruto for me, please? Kushina asked and handed Mikoto Naruto's gift. Sure. Mikoto said. Thanks a bunch. Kushina said and walked away. Konoha Forest. Naruto made his way to the forest near his house and sat down in a meditative stance. He searched deep inside of himself and quickly found his chakra, but it was a lot more than he thought it would be. He did as the instructions said then pushed it to the surface. As soon as Mikoto managed to locate Naruto, she felt the amount of chakra he released and noticed the cracks in the ground underneath him. This much chakra already? He has nearly as much chakra as a Chunin. Who am I kidding? All Uzumaki clan members have large chakra reserves. Mikoto thought. I know you're there. Naruto said. A sensor type. Mikoto thought. I don't know why all of you are here, but come out. Naruto said and Mikoto activated her Sharingan as 5 blank mask Anbu appeared. Bird Anbu? Mikoto thought and prepared to jump from her hiding spot. I said all of you need to come out. Whoever you are hanging in the back you need to come out, now. Naruto said and then somebody walked out. Danzo? Mikoto thought. Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze. Danzo said. What do you want? Naruto asked. I have an offer for you. I've heard your brother and sister are getting trained by 4 of the strongest shinobi in our village. Danzo said. Your point? Naruto asked. I am here to offer you the same. In return all I ask is that you join me and help me make Konoha an even greater village. Danzo said and Naruto just looked at him. No. Naruto said. Such a shame. With my training and influence you won't get attacked by mobs of civilians again. It's a shame people mistake you for the Nine Tails despite the fourth Hokage telling them otherwise. Danzo said, yeah, but stuff happens. Now leave. I'm in the middle of doing something important. Naruto said and he was surrounded by the blank masked Anbu. You seem to think I was asking. It was a suggestion and now it'll be by force. Danzo said and tapped his cane on the ground for the Anbu to attack, but Mikoto appeared. Danzo? Mikoto said, the matriarch of the Uchiha clan. Danzo said and grit his teeth. Leave now. We both know this would only end in your death. Mikoto said, we'll meet again, Naruto, and you will join me. Danzo said and walked into the forest as his Anbu disappeared. Fat chance of that happening. Naruto said and looked at Mikoto. What the? Mikoto said, as she looked at Naruto. What? Naruto asked. What did you do? Mikoto asked. I didn't do anything. Naruto said. Your eyes? Mikoto said. What about them? Naruto asked. You have the Sharingan. Mikoto said. How? I'm not an Uchiha. Naruto said, and she showed him his reflection from a pocket mirror, revealing two One-Tamo Sharingan eyes. I'd gnaw is inside of you now, but you shouldn't be able to unlock the Sharingan from it. Maybe the Nine Tails did something. Mikoto said. This must be the gift he was talking about. Naruto said. Okay. Keep this a secret between us for now. With you having the Sharingan it just made your training even more intense. I'll have to explain the Sharingan to you, its abilities and something else that's very important about it. Mikoto said. Okay. Naruto said. Oh. Before I forget. Your mother gave me a gift for you, and so did Kakashi. Mikoto said. I didn't know Kakashi was here. Naruto said. He's sort of late. You know how he is. Mikoto said and gave him the gifts, a book on chakra manipulation and a mask. Naruto said. According to Kakashi it's more than just an ordinary mask. Apparently it filters out air so you can breathe in smoky areas and it's tougher which means it's harder to destroy. Mikoto said and he put the mask on. How do I look? Naruto asked. Not bad. Remember to meet me at training ground 31 tomorrow for your training. Mikoto said as Kushina, Minato, Narumi and Menma came over to them. There you two are. Jiraiya said and Naruto started to read. That's what? We're starting our training tomorrow. Narumi said. Yeah. Dad even said he's going to teach us some awesome ninjutsu. Menma said. That's wonderful you two. I can tell the two of you will be really strong. Mikoto said. Of course we're going to be strong. Menma said. Listen, Naruto. We're sorry about not being able to train you right away. Minato said. We just have to focus on your brother and sister right now. Kushina said. You see they have a power deep inside of them that we need to help them control before we include you in any training. Jiraiya said. You understand, right? Minato asked and Naruto was just reading his book. Naruto. Kushina yelled. Did you say something? Naruto asked and Kushina's eye dangerously twitched. Kakashi. Kushina growled. Actually, I volunteered to give him some training. Only to have him ready by the academy. Mikoto said. Are you sure? I mean you still have Sasuke and Itachi. Minato said. Why not help us train Menma and Narumi? Jiraiya asked. Yeah, Auntie Miko. Help us train. Narumi said. Sorry kiddo, but you've already got the top 4 shinobi in our village training the two of you. It wouldn't be fair for Naruto to be the only one without training. Mikoto said. Fine. Narumi said and glared at Naruto who wasn't paying attention. Don't worry, Narumi. We'll be better than Naruto at the academy and then we can both take turns beating him. Menma said. You're right. We're going to beat you up, Naruto. Narumi said. You both have tried countless times before training and you failed every single time. Naruto said and walked away. They fought before? Mikoto asked. A little sibling rivalry. You know the youngest two are trying to take out the oldest. Nothing to worry about. Minato said. Right. Anyway, I need to get home before Fugaku throws a fit. Happy birthday to you too. Mikoto said and vanished. Whoa. I want to learn that. Narumi said. Me too. Menma said. We'll get started tomorrow morning in the backyard. Minato said. Next day training ground 31. You're actually on time. I figured you'd be late like Kakashi. Mikoto said. I almost was. This old lady needed help with her bags of groceries, but luckily she lived close to the training ground. Naruto said and Mikoto's eye twitched. Okay. Like I said yesterday, I'm going to change up your training, but first I'm going to explain how the Sharingan works. Mikoto said. Do I need to activate it? Naruto asked. Not yet. Now, what you have right now is the basic level of the Sharingan, but unlocking it at your age is simply unheard of. Your One-Tamo Sharingan gives you the instant ability to analyze things. It allows you to copy jutsu, imitate movements and have faster perception. Mikoto said. So it's kind of like a defensive tool right now? Naruto asked. Exactly. The next stage is the Two-Tamo Sharingan. It's the same as the One-Tamo Sharingan, but you get slightly enhanced vision that will allow you to see your opponent's moves slightly in advance. The third stage is when you have 3 Tamo in your Sharingan and that's when it's fully matured. This version of the Sharingan enhances your vision to the max, allowing you to see your opponent's moves in advance so you can counter before they attack you. This version also gives you access to some Sharingan Genjutsu as well. Mikoto said. I get that and everything, but that seems pretty basic when you explain it like that. I was expecting more and I already see a weakness in the Sharingan. Naruto said. What would that weakness be? Mikoto asked. Well, what if you fight somebody that doesn't really have a set movement for their attack? Wouldn't the Sharingan have a difficult time reading or predicting their attacks? Naruto asked. That's good, but it's not really a problem, which brings up my next point on your reaction timing and speed. The Sharingan will still slow down your opponent's movements, no matter how fast they are, but just because the Sharingan can see and predict movements, it doesn't mean you'll be able to counter in time. If your body isn't conditioned enough, then you won't be able to dodge. Mikoto said. So will you be training me in speed as well? Naruto asked. Yes. I'm going to teach you every lesson of being a shinobi. I want to cover all areas before you go to the academy, so that way you won't have any weaknesses. Jinjutsu, ninjutsu, taijutsu, kenjutsu and some medical ninjutsu. When you graduate from the academy, I want you to be able to take on most Chunin level shinobi we have in the village. Mikoto said. This is going to suck, isn't it? Naruto asked. Of course it is, but I'm sure you can handle it. Now, lesson number 1 today is going to be your chakra control. First I want you to take a leaf from the tree. Mikoto said and he did as told. What kind of lesson needs a leaf? Naruto asked. This is called the leaf concentration practice. What you need to do is place that leaf on your forehead and I want you to keep it there using your chakra. The purpose of this exercise is to hone your concentration and to keep your mind from becoming distracted. This is usually taught at the academy, but I'm getting you started early. Mikoto said. Cool. How else can I work on my chakra control? Naruto asked. Other ways are tree walking, which involves focusing a fixed amount of chakra to the bottom of your feet and using that to climb a tree without using your hands. If the stream of chakra is too weak, the user will lose their footing on the tree and fall off. If it is too strong, you will be pushed away from the tree, causing the tree to break around the point of contact, and the user will fall. Then we have water walking, where you have to emit a constant stream of chakra from the bottom of your feet and using the repellent force to walk across the water's surface. This exercise is a lot more difficult to master than tree climbing because the amount of chakra that needs to be emitted changes constantly. After some practice with water walking, you'll be able to sort of skate across water and walk on water without even trying. Another practice which is more difficult is sand separation. Mikoto said. Sand separation? Naruto asked. You have 5 different colored sands in your hands and you have to use your chakra to separate them into piles of each color. Lady Tsunade created this one personally and it's mainly used amongst those who are becoming medical ninja or wish to have a job at the hospital. Mikoto said. Cool. So, about the Sharingan again. I know you explained the first, second and third stages of it, but is that it? I mean, the way I've heard Fugaku talk about it, he made it seem like it's a lot more to it. I overheard him a few weeks ago saying the Sharingan is the ultimate defense of the Uchiha clan. I'm only 5 and I already pointed out a way to beat a Sharingan user. Naruto said. Damn it, Fugaku. For the secrets of the Sharingan to supposedly be a clan secret, you sure do talk about it a lot. I suppose I should tell Naruto the final secret. Mikoto thought. You're right, Naruto. There is more to the Sharingan and I'm going to tell you. However, this is a big secret and since you're technically a part of the Uchiha clan now, you cannot tell anybody about this. Do you understand me? Mikoto asked and he detected the seriousness in her voice. Yes. Naruto said. Good. Now, the last thing I need to tell you about is the 4th stage of the Sharingan. It's known as the Mangekyo Sharingan and is extremely powerful. Mikoto said and activated her Mangekyo Sharingan, Uchiha Mangekyo design. What does it do? Naruto asked. This version of the Sharingan gives you your own unique abilities and as you can see, it changes the look of the Sharingan to a unique pattern. The drawback of the Mangekyo Sharingan is that you go blind the more you use it. Mikoto said. That sucks. I guess it should be expected though. How do you get it? Naruto asked. According to the Uchiha stone tablet, you must kill your best friend. Mikoto said. Is there any other way? I mean, I don't have a best friend or anything, so there must be another way, right? Naruto asked. Yes, and it's how I unlocked mine. I didn't kill my best friend as you can see since Kushina is still alive. Mikoto said. Then how did you unlock it? Naruto asked. It was during the 3rd Shinobi War. It was during the early stages of the war before Itachi even came into the picture. I was out with a platoon of shinobi to cover the east border of the Land of Fire. We were ambushed by Iwa shinobi and I witnessed all of my comrades die in front of me. At the time I didn't know what happened, but I just felt a wave of emotions, followed by a tremendous boost in power, and I used that to wipe out the enemy before I passed out from exhaustion. I woke up in the Konoha hospital and after that I've never fought again. I retired and then 2 years later, Itachi was born, so I became a stay-at-home wife. It's funny you were born nearly a year after the was over with. Your mother was pregnant with you and your siblings during Minato's inauguration. Mikoto said. So, other than the Nine Tails attack, that's why some people still seemed on edge. Naruto said. Exactly. Many comrades and loved ones were lost during the Third Shinobi War. A lot of people in the village are still trying to cope with their losses. I hope you never have to experience that kind of pain, but since you'll become a shinobi, I don't think it's unavoidable. Mikoto said. I'll try my best to keep that from happening. Naruto said. Good. Just be careful if it does happen. If you do awaken your Mangekyo Sharingan, do not fall into the curse of hatred. Mikoto said. What's that? Naruto asked. The Uchiha are people greatly devoted to love and friendship, yet we tend to conceal our more affectionate traits. When the object of our affection is lost, an Uchiha's love can instantaneously turn into hatred, leaving them more inclined to do anything and everything in their power to achieve their goals and show their own superiority, regardless of the consequences and repercussions of their actions. Since awakening the Mangekyo Sharingan usually happens when someone we love or someone we are extremely close to is taken away from us as a result of death, it can cause you to delve into darkness that utterly consumes you. Mikoto said. Did you fall into the curse of hatred? Naruto asked. No. Instead of hatred I found love in Fugaku, and then Itachi was born. Love can always conquer hatred, but at the same time love can also be the cause of your hatred. It's a double-edged sword, and the curse of hatred isn't just limited to the Uchiha clan. It can happen to anybody. Mikoto said. So, I should surround myself with loved ones to counteract the curse of hatred? Naruto asked. Yes. However, make sure it's genuine love. You don't have the Mangekyo Sharingan, and you're not even close to having it, so you're safe for now. Mikoto said, and he nodded. No problem. So, what does your Mangekyo Sharingan do? Naruto asked. I have an ability in my left eye called Amaterasu. The Amaterasu produces black flames at the focal point of my vision. Once created, the flames will not stop burning until my target is completely incinerated. The flames cannot be extinguished with water, the passage of time or any other normal methods. Only I can put the flames out. I have the ability to control the shape of my flames in my right eye called Kagutsuchi. Mikoto said. Wow. Naruto said. Enough about my abilities. Let's start training. I want you to start by doing the leaf balancing exercise for an hour and then give me 20 laps around the training field. After that we'll work on your shuriken jutsu followed by your taijutsu and your chakra control by doing the tree climbing exercise. Mikoto said. Okay. Naruto said. Naruto sat on the ground, then placed the leaf on his forehead and started to concentrate chakra into the leaf to make it stay. While he was doing that, Mikoto was patiently watching him perform the technique when out of the corner of her eye, she noticed a small wolf pup walk over to him and lay next to him. The pup tried many times to break his concentration, succeeding a few times making Mikoto chuckle at this, and when the hour went by, Naruto was fully able to concentrate on the leaf while petting the wolf pup. Once he was finished with that, he quickly began his 20 laps around the training ground and the wolf pup was running right along with him. I see you have a new friend. Mikoto said. I guess. Naruto said, and the wolf yipped before running away. Okay. Now, it's time for your taijutsu training. I'll be teaching you the Uchiha fighting style. Mikoto said, and the wolf returned with a scroll in its mouth. He's back. Naruto said and took the scroll. What is it? Mikoto asked. It's a taijutsu style that I've never seen before. Naruto said and showed her the scroll. Huh. It looks like a mixture of styles that combine speed, power and evasiveness. Looks like you'll have your own taijutsu style to learn. At best all I can do is make sure you have the stances correct and help fix them. We'll have a spar at the end of each month to see your progress. Let's get started. Mikoto said. 1 year later. A year later Naruto was still training with Mikoto and he showed some progress. His weakness was putting more power into his punches as well as his chakra control, but Mikoto managed to straighten both of those out. He was very good at his taijutsu style his wolf pup gave him, kinjutsu was like second nature to him, and not surprising he had a knack for fuinjutsu as well. His Sharingan training with Mikoto paid off as he now had 2 Tomo in both of his eyes and he was only 6. Mikoto did start his ninjutsu lessons like she promised, but despite him knowing his chakra natures, she still wouldn't allow him to learn any jutsu yet. He has earth, lightning and fire chakra natures. Her reasoning was that she wanted him to have complete control over his chakra natures before learning anything, so he was always working on perfecting them by doing different exercises for each chakra nature. His relationship with his family hasn't improved at all, and he didn't really care. Menma and Narumi became even more bratty and arrogant. At first he didn't mind their attitudes, but once they started to get everything they wanted, he distanced himself from his entire family. Others were quick to point out that he carried himself like Kakashi a bit, having a bit of an aloof look on his face, but being very aware of his surroundings. Kids from the other clans didn't really interest him for now, but he'd stay open to being friends with certain ones in the future. He was now at the academy and did not hear a single word that his father said in his speech because he was once again reading a book. "Naruto, were you paying attention?" Mikoto asked. "No." Naruto replied bluntly. "You're in the class with all clan heirs and a few civilians. Room 110 on the first floor. Can you at least try to make some friends?" Mikoto asked. "I'd rather not, but I know you'd make me train to the point of complete exhaustion, and I'd rather you didn't. So, I'll try to make some friends. Are you happy now?" Naruto asked as he turned the page and she smacked him upside the head. "Do not get smart with me. I will train you so hard that you'd wish you were a civilian." Mikoto whispered. "What's so bad about that?" Naruto asked and he just sighed. "Nothing, just get to class." Mikoto said. "Alright. Before we start class for the day, we're gonna have a spar with all of the students to see where they are currently." Minato said. "He just wants to show off Menma and Narumi." Naruto mumbled. "Be nice." Mikoto said. Yeah. Naruto said and Mikoto smacked him on the head again. "I'm serious." Mikoto said. "I know. I'm just playing. See? I can be fun." Naruto said and his eye dangerously twitched. "You managed to piss me off more than Kushina and that's hard to do. Hurry up and go before I add chakra to the next slap." Mikoto said and Naruto quickly left. "Damn kid." Mikoto thought. Academy training area. The fights weren't impressive in Naruto's eyes, and that was saying something since he wasn't even paying attention to them. The worst fight was between two girls named Ino and Sakura, who happened to be Sasuke's biggest fangirls. The fight was so bad that Minato hung his head in shame at those two and signaled the instructor Iruka to quickly end the fight. Next up was a fight between Shikamaru and his chubby friend Choji, which ended quickly because Shikamaru was too lazy to fight and Choji refused to fight his friend. Sasuke, Narumi and Menma all fought civilians, which of course they won. Minato, Kushina, Jiraiya and Tsunade who were watching were all proud of Narumi and Menma. "Alright. Next up we have Kiba Inuzuka versus Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze." Iruka said. "Oh yeah." Kiba said and they both went to the aspiring ring. "Remember, this is just a spar to see where you're at. Make the unison sign." Iruka. "You're going down, loser." Kiba said as they made the sign and Naruto just kept reading his book. "Alright. Begin." Iruka said. Kiba instantly rushed at Naruto who smoothly moved out of the way and tripped Kiba, making him go face first into the ground. Kiba stood back up, but Naruto was already in front of him and his fist connected to Kiba's jaw stunning him. Naruto followed it up with a spinning kick to the stomach, knocking the wind out of Kiba and then kicked him out of the ring. "Winner. Naruto." Iruka said. "Well, that sucked. I expected more from the Inuzuka clan's potential next leader." Naruto said and Kiba angrily stood up. "I want a rematch." Kiba said. "I don't want to." Naruto said and walked away. "Alright. That's the last spar for the day. You all did great. Some better than others and some a lot better than others, but that's okay. The Ninja Academy lasts for 7 years and by the time you all graduate, I'm sure you'll be way ahead of your current level." Minato said. "What about training?" Kiba asked. "You can still train. While the academy will teach you things, I'm sure most of you who come from clans will want to learn clan techniques, and that's fine. To counteract this, those who come from a civilian family and want to become a ninja, you will be given access to the shinobi section of the library, with access to all your D-rank ninjutsu. In 2 years, the children who come from clans will be given access to the library where everyone can learn up to a C-rank jutsu." Iruka said. "What if we already know a C-rank jutsu?" Menma asked. "Can you properly use it?" Iruka asked. "No. He cannot properly use it and he knows that." Kushina said and Menma held his head down. "Can I bring Akamaru to school?" Kiba asked. "Who's that?" Iruka asked. "He's my companion." Kiba said. "If he's going to be joining you on missions I don't see why not. Inuzuka clan members specialize in cooperation ninjutsu with their ninja hounds, so it's acceptable." Minato said. "Awesome." Kiba said and Akamaru barked. "Alright. Everyone go on inside and class will get started." Iruka said and all the kids ran inside except Naruto. Naruto." Minato said and Naruto didn't respond. "Hey. Don't ignore your father." Kushina said and went to grab Naruto, but she went straight through him. "Clone jutsu already?" Tsunade asked and Naruto faded away. "No. It was a genjutsu." Jiraiya said. "At his age. He's only 6. Tsunade said. "Well, he is being trained by somebody who specializes in genjutsu. It shouldn't be that much of a surprise." Minato said. "Maybe we should start adding him into the training with Menma and Narumi. He's obviously skilled and dare I say better than them." Kushina said. "No." Jiraiya said. "Excuse me?" Kushina asked. "Naruto shouldn't train with him. He's obviously a prodigy. Taking after Minato and adding him into the mix showing off his skills could possibly push them to the side we don't want them on. Naruto needs to be kept away from them at all times until their training is finished." Jiraiya said. "Then I'll train him on my own." Kushina said. Did you forget that you're needed in case they lose control of the Nine Tails chakra? Jiraiya asked. Did you forget that you were a seal master just like Minato? Did you forget that you can suppress the Nine Tails chakra with a seal? Did you forget Tsunade can also help suppress the Nine Tails chakra? Oh, and did you also forget that Naruto is my firstborn child? Just because you have Minato wrapped around your finger when it comes to their training doesn't mean I have to be. Neither of them show any skills in Fuinjutsu or Kinjutsu. They're both ninjutsu and taijutsu specialists. It's been a full year and they still struggle with the leaf balancing exercise. Kushina said. You're abandoning Narumi and Menma for Naruto. Should I remind you that he hasn't been around at all? We barely know anything about him. Jiraiya said. Wrong. You barely know anything about him. I know he likes to read. I know he's allergic to seafood and that's why he's never around when it's Narumi's turn to pick dinner. I know he enjoys sitting on the roof at night and just gaze at the stars in the sky. I also know he doesn't have friends because thanks to Menma and Narumi, they either isolate him from activities or their parents tell them to stay away. I also know that there's a chance this whole prophecy is about him instead of Menma and Narumi. Kushina said. How could you even think that? Narumi and Menma have the power of the Nine Tails. Jiraiya said. Yes, and Naruto has the soul of the Nine Tails. You don't think the Nine Tails has a tiny bit of power that Naruto can use? Kushina asked. It doesn't. Naruto said, as he appeared. When did he get here? Minato thought. See. That's the answer to your question. The prophecy is about Menma and Narumi. Jiraiya said. Will you let me finish? I have some information that I'm sure all of you would love to know. Naruto said. Talk. Jiraiya said. Not yet. I want a couple of things first for this information and trust me when I say that it's very important. Naruto said. What do you want? Minato asked. I want some beginner levels of Fuinjutsu. I want school 4 days a week instead of 5. I want a shinobi library card for ninjutsu, but I won't use them in the academy until I'm allowed, and I want training ground 31 strictly off limits to anybody, except for me and Mikoto until I graduate. Naruto said. Forget it. Jiraiya said. I wasn't talking to you, pervert. I was talking to the yellow flash. Naruto said. Minato, you seriously can't even consider thinking about accepting that. No offense, but what information could a 6-year-old have that you would want? Tsunade said. Naruto, if you had to rank the secrets you have, where would you put them? Minato asked. S rank. Naruto said, and Minato set up a barrier so nobody could hear them. I'll hear you out and if I find what you have to be worthy of the S rank status, then you have a deal. Minato said. Good enough for me. First things first, the Nine Tails. I knew about the Nine Tails a few weeks before you finally told Menma and Narumi. Naruto said. How? We didn't tell you. Minato said. Well, one night I was on my way home and I was nearly beaten to death by the villagers. Mikoto saved my life and gave me a blood transfusion. Anyway, during that time I was out I talked to the Nine Tails who shared a lot of interesting information. Naruto said. Like what? Minato asked. Did you know that Hashirama is the cause of all of our wars? Naruto asked. That's a lie. My grandfather did no such thing. Tsunade said. Did he or did he not capture all of the tailed beasts and give them to the other villages who used them as weapons for war? Naruto asked. Well, yes. However, they were too dangerous to be left out in the open. Tsunade said. Wrong. The tailed beasts only attacked Hashirama when he went to capture them. The Nine Tails I can understand, but both attacks on Konoha weren't his fault. Both times he attacked the village he was controlled by Madara Uchiha and whoever ripped him out of Mom. Naruto said. You know? Kushina asked. Yup. Now, this is something huge. There are now 2 Nine Tails Jinchuriki in the village. Naruto said. How? The Nine Tails was split up into 3 parts. Minato said. True, but the third Hokage messed up during the sealing process and the Nine Tails soul and body no longer resides in me. Naruto said and lifted his shirt to prove a point. There's no seal. Kushina thought as she placed her chakra-enhanced palm on his stomach to make the seal appear. The soul of the Nine Tails split up into 2 souls and went to where his power resides. Now don't mistake this as having 2 Nine Tails at full power because you don't. Each Nine Tails is only half of the full thing. You're actually lucky the Nine Tails soul and body no longer resides in me. Naruto said. How so? Jiraiya asked. If you kept forcing Menma and Narumi to draw out the Nine Tails chakra they would have gone on a rampage. All you were really doing was weakening the seal, and if you pushed them hard enough, the full power of the Nine Tails without the median of the souls and body would have gone on a rampage until the 2 of them died. The Nine Tails being in them now actually helps them. Naruto said. So, we were pretty much killing Menma and Narumi? Kushina asked. Basically. Naruto said, as he nonchalantly flipped a page in his book. What else do you know? Minato asked. I know that guy Danzo wants me to join him. Naruto said. How do you know Danzo? Kushina asked. He approached me at our 5th birthday after I unlocked my chakra. I didn't say anything because Mikoto handled it and had him running away. Even during this past year Mikoto had to cast a wide range of genjutsu over training ground 31 so he can stop sending his personal Anbu to spy on me. Naruto said. Why didn't you tell us? Kushina asked. We didn't exactly have the best relationship a year ago and I wouldn't get anything in return for this information until now. Naruto said. Minato, what do you think? Kushina asked and Minato stared at Naruto. Is there anything else? Minato asked. Yeah. I have the ability to sense danger from the nine tails. It doesn't work hours in advance like an actual animal does, but it works a few seconds before a tragedy happens. First time it happened was when some kids tried throwing rocks at me when I was 3. Last time it happened was during the monthly spars I have with Mikoto for my training. Naruto said. Okay. You have a deal. Minato said. Sweet. Now, can you lower the barrier? It wouldn't be a good look to be late for class. Naruto said. Hang on a second. I'll personally take you to class, but first answer this. How strong are you really? I noticed you didn't even try against Kiba. Minato said. Stronger than a 3-year academy student, but weaker than a genin is what Mikoto last told me. Naruto said. Alright. I'll take you to the classroom. Minato said and dropped the barrier. I'll be fine. Naruto said and walked away. Do you believe him? Tsunade asked. Yeah. Just to be on the safe side, I want to check their seals later. Minato said. There's no need to. Kushina said. Why not? Minato asked. I just checked his stomach for the seal and it's gone. That would explain why their seal was glowing and causing them pain last year. The seal wasn't failing, the nine-tailed soul was being absorbed into their seals. Kushina said. If that's the case then their training should go a lot easier now. Jiraiya said. Not really. Kushina said. What do you mean? Naruto just said with the 9 tails there, the chakra won't come rushing out. Tsunade said. Yes, but Naruto was never a Jinchuriki of the 9 tails with his power. The 9 tails can either force its way out of the seal if they draw on its chakra or fight them when they're trying to draw its chakra. Their training needs to be even more delicate, especially with Menma. Narumi has the ability to use small chakra chains for now to help counteract the 9 tails chakra a bit, but Menma doesn't have that. Kushina said. She's right. We'll have to slow down their training a bit for now until they get older. Minato said. Kushina, are you still going to help us? Jiraiya asked. I never said I'd stop. I said I'll start helping Naruto as well, and now that I know he has an interest in Fuinjutsu I'm really going to help him. Now, don't ask me again. Kushina said. I'm just checking. They need to be on our side for the prophecy to happen in a good way and not a bad way. Jiraiya said. I understand that, but I am not going to neglect one of my children just because 2 of them may or may not be the child of prophecy told by some old-ass toad who can't even remember your name. Kushina said. Classroom. After having his talk with Minato, Naruto was walking through the halls on his way to class when he stopped to help a teacher who dropped some papers. After helping the teacher, he found himself having to go back around the hallway because when he helped with the papers, the teacher's classroom was on the other side of the school. He finally made it to the classroom and entered with Iruka looking angry at him. Naruto, class started almost 3 hours ago. Where have you been? Iruka asked. Funny story. On my way here I had to stop and talk to the Hokage about something important. On my way here I had to stop and help a teacher with the papers she dropped, so I helped take them to her classroom. On the way here I realized her room was on the other side of the school and I had to take the long way around to get here. Naruto said and Iruka just looked at him. Great. Looks like I found the Kakashi of the group. At least he has some sort of personality. Iruka thought and sighed. Don't make it a habit. Go have a seat in the back next to Hinata. Iruka said. Who's that? Naruto asked and Iruka pointed her out. She's the girl with the hoodie on in the back. Iruka said and Naruto nodded, then sat down. Hi, and Naruto. Hinata quietly said and blushed. Oh hey. Naruto said and put his head down. Hey Narumi. Isn't he your brother? Ino asked. Yeah. Why? Narumi asked. He's kind of cute. Ino said. I thought you liked Sasuke. Narumi said. Oh I do and he will be mine. Ino said. And your dreams, pig. He's mine. Sakura said. He's mine. Ino said and they started to argue. Stupid Naruto. Hinata's my girl. Not yours. Menma thought and threw a pencil at Naruto, but was shocked when Naruto caught it. Better luck next time. Naruto said and put his head back down. Show off. Kiba mumbled. This is going to be a long 7 years. Naruto thought. A year has passed since Naruto entered the academy, and since he didn't care for attention, he quickly settled for being average in the class. It was forgotten that he was the strongest student in the academy due to his lack of grades and him not showing up on the days they had to spar to show their skills, but he didn't care. He made an attempt to find friends, but everyone hung out with Menma and Narumi or they simply used him to become friends with them. Menma and Narumi, they both quickly made it known they were the popular kids in school and had their own group of followers including some teachers who wanted to be in the Hokage's good graces. Narumi became the leader of her group of friends consisting of Ino Yamanaka, heiress to the Yamanaka clan, and Sakura Haruno, a pink-haired girl from one of the wealthiest civilian families in the Leaf Village. Menma had his own little group of friends that he hung out with and was apparently the leader. Kiba Inyazuka, Shikamaru Nara, the heir to the Nara clan and laziest person in the class. Last but not least, Choji Akimichi, heir to the Akimichi clan and Shikamaru's best friend. Wherever Shikamaru went, Choji went. Naruto was in a group all by himself and isolated from everybody else, even the teachers, who were neutral whenever he showed up to class. One teacher he specifically didn't like was Mizuki, and he kept his guard up around him. He only had problems with one person other than Menma, and that was Sasuke Uchiha, which was completely one-sided on Sasuke's part. After 6 months of the academy, Sasuke stumbled upon Mikoto training Naruto and threw a fit accusing Mikoto of betraying the clan. He challenged Naruto to a fight, and it was quicker than what Naruto did to Kiba, for the sole reason being that Sasuke disrespected Mikoto in front of him. His training for the past year went well. Mikoto finally got around to teaching him some ninjutsu for his chakra natures and regular ninjutsu. She taught him 3 earth ninjutsu. Earth style. Earthquake slam, earth style. Mud wall and earth style. Headhunter jutsu. She taught him 3 fire ninjutsu. Fire style. Fireball jutsu, fire style. Flaming meteors and fire style. Dragon Flame Caterwall. For his lightning chakra nature he knew Lightning Ball, Lightning Beast, Twin Lightning Beast, Electromagnetic Murder, Thunderclap Arrow and Lightning Clone. His Taijutsu was nearly at the level of a low genin, and Mikoto told him he'd be at least Chunin level Taijutsu-wise when the academy ended if he kept on pace. Their spars at the end of each month were what really helped him, and she was impressed each time they did have a spar. His Fuinjutsu was going great since he had Kushina helping him, and his Kenjutsu was also coming along great thanks to both of them helping him out. His Yunjutsu was strong, and Mikoto helped him use Yunjutsu with or without his Sharingan. His Sharingan fully matured within the year thanks to Mikoto's training, and it was still only improving the more he trained with her. She started to make him wear leg weights while he trained, and without the weights he was genin level in speed. Eventually, once he was good enough in his Fuinjutsu, Mikoto would allow him to place resistant seals on his body to help him train. The relationship with his family hasn't gotten any better, and he wasn't really trying. Kushina was close with him thanks to them bonding and talking during his training. Kushina then learned how much Naruto appreciates Mikoto and that he considers her his second mother. He still didn't tell Kushina about his Sharingan as he wanted to keep it a secret until his training was over with. Minato hasn't really spoken to him because he was either in the office all the time or he was busy training Menma and Narumi. Speaking of them, Menma and Narumi became even brattier and spoiled if that was even possible, which was a major reason he didn't bother to interact with them. He wasn't a big fan of the spoiled bratty type of people and kept his distance from them. They always managed to bother him and they would just get angry, especially Menma when Naruto would just pull a book out with a blank look on his face before walking away. He was never close with Jiraiya or Tsunade, but Tsunade was never really around when he was home and he just had a feeling Jiraiya hated him. However, when he finally met Tsunade's student, Shizune, they developed a friendship of sorts. Naruto told Shizune that he was interested in some medical ninjutsu and she's been secretly helping him learn medical ninjutsu. At first she was skeptical due to him being in Uzumaki having large chakra reserves for his age, but that changed when she learned he has great chakra control, despite having large chakra reserves. While he was still growing in his training, he picked up on the fact that Mikoto would sometimes leave early, not show up, give him multiple days off from training, and she wouldn't be paying attention during their spars because she would leave her guard open, giving him multiple chances to strike. When he went over to the Uchiha district, which he regularly did, he noticed everyone in the clan was on edge and looked ready to snap at the slightest thing. He also noticed a lack of Shisui around the village and noticed Itachi seemed to be different for some reason. While he was home one day, Minato had a private meeting with Fugaku and he decided to eavesdrop on the meeting. Things started off great, but tension started to rise the longer the meeting went and Fugaku was not pleased with the way things are for the clan. Fugaku didn't go into detail, but Naruto saw him walk out and Minato had a worried yet frustrated look on his face. Right now, Naruto was at training ground 31, waiting for Mikoto to show up and start his training. The wolf pup that has been following Naruto around was laying next to a tree while Naruto did the leaf balancing exercise with multiple leaves on his body and did the tree climbing exercise at the same time. He's been doing this for 2 hours and Mikoto finally showed up. "You're late," Naruto said as he climbed down from the tree. "I'm allowed to be late," Mikoto said and tried to laugh it off, but Naruto wasn't buying it. "Yeah. You're allowed to be late once in a while, but you've been late every day for the past 3 months or not showing up. What's going on?" Naruto asked. "Nothing at all," Mikoto said. "You're lying," Naruto said. "Excuse me?" Mikoto asked. "You heard me. I'm not some stupid kid who can't see what's going on around this village. The Uchiha clan are clearly angered by something given that Fugaku left Minato with a worried and frustrated look on his face. Naruto said, "You shouldn't worry about it." Mikoto said, "Like you said, I'm pretty much a part of the Uchiha clan and I should know what's going on. Does this have anything to do with Shisui suddenly disappearing?" Naruto asked. "Training is cancelled for today." Mikoto said and turned around to leave only to catch a kunai aimed at the back of her head. "Training might be cancelled, but our conversation is not." Naruto said, "You better watch yourself." Mikoto said, "Why? Are you just going to leave me to train on my own? It's not like you haven't been doing that. Some sensei you are." Naruto said and Mikoto kicked him into a tree. "I said that's enough." Mikoto said and Naruto landed on the tree. "Why is the Uchiha clan so on edge? Don't tell me it's nothing because I sneezed in the Uchiha clan district looking for you and I nearly had my head taken off by a member of the Uchiha police force until they realized it was me. Shisui is gone, Fugaku gets into a shouting match with Minato, and Itachi is acting differently. The fact that you've been saying you had a clan meeting so many times this past year, but I haven't been able to locate this meeting tells me something bad is going on." Naruto said and Mikoto just looked at him before she sighed. "Naruto, listen. You're a very smart boy and nobody can tell me otherwise. Yes, there is something going on, and Shisui disappearing does have something to do with it, but the less you know the better. I'm only doing this for your own good." Mikoto said, "You said I was like your son since your blood runs through my veins as well. I have just as much as a right to know like anybody else in the Uchiha clan. Clearly there's tension between the village and the Uchiha clan, but Shisui's disappearance couldn't be the main cause of it since this has been going on long before he disappeared. Just tell me what's going on." Naruto said and she sighed before writing something down on paper. "Read this and burn it when you're done." Mikoto said and gave him the piece of paper. "What is it?" Naruto asked. "Just read it." Mikoto said and he read the paper quite a few times before burning it. "Why is he willing to go so far?" Naruto asked. "I don't know, but not everyone in the clan is for that idea." Mikoto said, "Are you for the plan?" Naruto asked. "No, but I keep up the act for Fugaku being my husband. This is what's going on and I hope you understand why everything has been off lately." Mikoto said, "I do, but doesn't Fugaku understand that your clan is outnumbered? Minato can take out that entire clan by himself if it came to that. We all know what he did during the Third Shinobi War." Naruto said, "I know and hopefully it doesn't come to that. In the meantime, I want you to work on your Taijutsu and Fuinjutsu with Kushina." Mikoto said and gave him a scroll. "What's this?" Naruto asked. "It's the Shunshin Jutsu that you've been asking about for the last 6 months. I was going to teach it to you today, but I'm needed at the clan estate." Mikoto said. "When will we have training again?" Naruto asked. "I don't know. Hopefully soon, but Kushina should be around to help you as well." Mikoto said. "She only helps with my Kinjutsu and Fuinjutsu. She doesn't know about my other skills." Naruto said. "Then perhaps you should show her what you can do. Take care of yourself, Naruto." Mikoto said and poked his forehead before leaving. "Well, I guess it's just you and me." Naruto said and the wolf just looked at him before going to sleep. "Never mind." Naruto thought. Later that night, after training himself into the ground for about 7 hours, Naruto finally realized that it was late at night and he should get home. He packed up all of his stuff he had around and noticed the wolf pup was already gone, so he left in a puff of smoke. He decided to take the rooftops since he was very good at that now and on his way home, he heard a scream for help in the Uchiha district. Despite Mikoto telling him not to come to the Uchiha clan district, he was in Uzumaki and he was quite hard-headed sometimes. Naruto made it to the Uchiha clan district and noticed that there was blood everywhere and bodies laying in the street. He checked the bodies for a pulse, but none of them had one and he just went through the entire district. He found kids his age, teenagers, adults and even elderly people on the ground dead. Each of them were stabbed through the heart or had their throat slit and some even had their necks snapped. The one death that made him really skeptical about what was going on is the dead body of Izumi Uchiha. He noticed her hanging around Itachi and Shisui sometimes, but mainly Itachi. Naruto quickly made it to the Uchiha clan head house and noticed all of the lights were out just like every other house. He silently walked around the house looking for signs of anybody until he made it to a room that smelled like blood. He entered the room only to see both Mikoto and Fugaku's bodies on the ground. He didn't care much for Fugaku, but seeing Mikoto really hit hard. "Mikoto. Hey, come on. Get up." Naruto said and shook her. "Naruto. Why are you here?" A voice asked and he turned around to see Itachi covered in blood. "Would you do it?" She didn't even agree with the stupid plan. Naruto said and unintentionally activated his Sharingan which shocked Itachi. "A Sharingan? How?" Itachi thought. "I guess you know about the Uchiha revolt." Itachi said. "Yeah. Would you kill Mikoto? You should have known she was against the plan and only kept up an act of agreeing with Fugaku." Naruto said. "I did know she was against the plan. I came back to tell her Sasuke was only unconscious and that she could come out now. I did kill my father. Itachi said. Then who killed her? Naruto asked. A man in a mask helped me take them out and I would join his organization later. Itachi said. I thought you had more time. Naruto said. So did I, but the coup was sped up and it would have happened within the next few days. This was the only solution. Everyone else who was not in favor of the coup is still alive. Itachi said. No, they're not. They're dead and something else happened to them. Naruto said. What happened? Itachi asked. Somebody took their eyes, but not everyone was missing their eyes. Naruto said. I see. Naruto, how close were you with my mother? Itachi asked. She's the reason I have the Sharingan. She gave me a blood transfusion, and the Sharingan awakened on my 5th birthday after I unlocked my chakra. Naruto said. How much did she tell you about the Sharingan? Itachi asked. A lot up to the Mangekyo Sharingan and its abilities, but also the blindness the Mangekyo causes. Naruto said. Take her eyes. Itachi said. No. She's already dead. Naruto said. You don't understand. Take her eyes and in a few days return and go below the Naka Shrine. There's an underground bunker there with information on the Mangekyo Sharingan and the way to counteract the blindness. Take this vial and place my mother's eyes inside of it. You'll thank me later. Itachi said and gave him a vial. Why are you helping me? Aren't you a rogue ninja? Naruto asked. There is more to this situation than you'll understand currently. Just look after Sasuke for me. Itachi said and left in a flock of crows. Naruto looked at the vial in his hands and just sighed before kneeling down next to Mikoto's body. He steeled his nerves and began removing her eyes carefully so he wouldn't damage them. While all of this was going on, he never noticed that he was crying and that it was the first time he's cried since he was a baby. When he was finished, he noticed a scroll fall out of Mikoto's robe with his name on it, so he grabbed it and left just before the Anbu showed up with Minato. Few hours later, word quickly spread around the village that the Uchiha clan was massacred and that Itachi was the one responsible for doing it, marking him in the bingo book as an S-rank rogue ninja. Naruto just walked around the entire village to clear his head and had no idea that Kushina was up all night worried about him and made a shadow clone to watch after Menma and Narumi while she went out to look for him without having any luck. Eventually he made it to his house where he just sat on the roof to look at the stars and just silently cried all night. He ignored the burning sensation in his eyes and passed it off as him being tired. He had no idea that his Mangekyo Sharingan had just awakened. Story cover. Eventually Naruto jumped down off of the roof when the sun came up the next day and went into the house, only to be grabbed into a tight hug by Kushina. Naruto. Where have you been? Are you hurt? Whose blood is this? Kushina asked. I'm fine. Naruto said and pulled away from her before going to his room. Was he there? Tsunade asked. Maybe. He's always going to the Uchiha clan district for Mikoto. Kushina said. Yeah. That's because she likes him the most. Narumi said. Yeah. If she's such a great teacher, why wasn't he there to protect her? He's such a letdown, and Aunt Mikoto would be ashamed of him. Menma said. Menma. Kushina said and was about to walk up to him, but she stopped. Say it again. I dare you. Naruto said as he appeared behind Menma with a kunai at his throat. Naruto, stop. Kushina said and grabbed his arm pulling him away. You heard me. If Aunt Mikoto trained me instead then she'd still be alive. You're such a loser and I'm better than you. Menma said. Really? Let's go over some facts then. You suck as a ninja and you only excel in class because you only face civilians who have no training. Your Taijutsu style is just wildly swinging, hoping to get lucky with a hit. Your chakra control sucks since you can't even do the leaf balancing exercise unlike Narumi and myself. You can't summon a tadpole, you don't know any ninjutsu that you can properly use outside of the substitution jutsu, and you chase Hinata around like a lost puppy because you have a crush on her which she doesn't even realize because she doesn't like you. The only way you'll be better than me in a fight is if you use the Nine Tails chakra and you can't even do that properly. The only good thing about you is sealed inside of your gut, talentless brat. Naruto said and went up and lightning electrocuting Menma making him scream in pain. That was a lightning clone. Tsunade said and Minato appeared in the house. Hey, everybody. Minato said and sat down. Hey, honey. Kushina said as she was taking care of Menma. What happened to Menma? Minato asked. Naruto got him with a lightning clone. Narumi said. He's home. Minato asked. Dust got in right before you did. Tsunade said. Naruto. Come here for a minute. Kushina said and Naruto appeared in a puff of smoke. Yeah. Naruto said and Minato looked at him. His eyes remind me of Kakashi after he found his father dead. Minato thought. Are you going to keep staring at me? Naruto asked. Sorry. What's with the blood? Minato asked. It's not mine. Naruto said. Where did it come from? Minato asked. I think you already know. Naruto said. Why do you have to be so difficult? Tsunade asked. Why do you have to hide behind a genjutsu to hide how you really look? Naruto asked. Excuse me, Tsunade asked. You heard me. What do you want, Minato? I need to wash the blood off of me. Naruto said. Minato. Kushina thought. I just want to know where you've been all night. Minato said. Training, on the roof in the Uchiha district. Naruto said. What did you see? Minato asked. Dead bodies. What do you think I would see? Naruto asked. Do you know who did it? Minato asked. Everybody does. The entire village knows. Naruto said. Weren't you close with Itachi? Kushina asked. Something like that. Naruto said. Did you see anything else? Minato asked. Other than the fact that somebody was stealing their eyes, no. Naruto said. What do you mean, stealing their eyes? Tsunade asked. Just that. Somebody was stealing their eyes, but only some. Naruto said. It doesn't make sense. Why would Itachi take their eyes? Kushina asked. Itachi didn't take their eyes. The only people whose eyes he would need to take are either Sasuke's, Mikoto's and Fugaku's. Naruto said. Why would he need to take one of their eyes? Tsunade asked. Clan's secret and I'm afraid I can't tell you. You'd have to go to the clan head for that information. Naruto said. There is no clan head. Tsunade said. Yes there is. Itachi is technically the clan head and he's a rogue ninja now. The only person who could tell you is Sasuke, but I doubt he even knows why Itachi would need his eyes. Naruto said. Then how do you know? Minato asked. Fugaku wouldn't shut up about the Sharingan and how great it was. That's how I know. I need to wash up. Anything else? Naruto asked. Yeah. How are you holding up? I've heard you and Mikoto were really close. Minato asked and Naruto just walked away. Too soon, Minato. Too soon. Kushina said. So, how'd the meeting go? Tsunade asked. The Uchiha district is off limits to everyone. Until Sasuke is 18 and able to take over as clan head, nobody is permitted to go there. Minato said. At best we should take their jutsus and distribute them between the clans. Tsunade said. And do that without the consent of the clan head. I could probably ask Sasuke, but right now isn't the right time since he's still not awake yet. Minato said. And he's an exact replica of his father attitude-wise. Should probably keep an eye on him. Kushina said. He'll be fine. Minato said. Yeah. Besides, your other son is the one we should look out for. Jiraiya said. When did you get here? Tsunade asked. I've been here. Jiraiya said. Why do you think we should watch Naruto? Kushina asked. He just put a kunai to Menma's throat and used a lightning clone on him. I hate to admit it, but your son might be a danger to this village. Jiraiya said. Wow. The big bad Jiraiya, one of the legendary Sannin, is afraid of a 7-year-old. Let's just clear the air right now because I'm really getting tired of you talking down about my son. You didn't say a word when Menma and Narumi would attack him before, but the moment he does something to them he's a danger to this village. Let me tell you something and I swear if you interrupt me I'll chop off what barely makes you a man. First off, you don't like Naruto because you don't think he's the child of prophecy and he's not wrapped around your finger. Secondly, you look at Naruto and see something that you weren't until you were starting puberty and that's a shinobi in training with actual skill. Thirdly, you're mad because Naruto is more skilled than his siblings, despite them being trained by 5 of the best shinobi in this village, and it frustrates you that he's embarrassing your children of prophecy. Grow up. Kushina said. We're stronger than him. We've grown a lot in the last year. Narumi said. Yeah. We can take him. Menma said. You couldn't beat Naruto unless you were able to tap into the 9 tails chakra, and given the way you approach your training, you're not even close to being able to handle a small portion of the 9 tails chakra, Menma. Kushina said. Oh yeah? What would you know? You're not a Jinchuriki. Menma said. Let's see. I was the second 9 tails Jinchuriki, held the 9 tails for over a decade until it was ripped out of me. I have used the 9 tails chakra before, but unlike you I had my own strength to rely on and didn't need to use it. Think before you speak next time before I take that 9 tails out of you and see how strong you'd be without it. Kushina said and Menma just scoffed. You wouldn't do that. I'd die if you took out the 9 tails. Menma said and then he was wrapped up in chakra chains. Little boy, I am a damn Uzumaki and we specialize in Fuinjutsu. If you think I can't take that 9 tails out of you and transfer it to Narumi who can actually use some of the 9 tails chakra, then you've got me confused with somebody else. Watch your damn mouth and go get ready for school. Kushina said and dropped Menma. He's lucky that's all she did. Tsunade thought and Minato just coughed. There's no school today. I cancelled it. Minato said. Fine. Menma, you can spend all day sorting through my kunai and shuriken sets. I want them ordered by condition from pristine all the way down to why do I even have them still. If I so much as see one of them out of place I'll mix them up and have you start over again. Kushina said. I don't want to. Menma said. I didn't fucking ask if you did or didn't. Now go. Kushina yelled as her hair split into 9 pieces and Menma ran away. A bit harsh, don't you think? Jiraiya asked. No. This is all of your fault for letting them act however they want to when you're training them. Get it together. Kushina said and walked away. What's gotten into her? Jiraiya asked. Her best friend was killed last night and she thought one of her children was killed as well. I hope you didn't expect her to be in a better mood. Tsunade said. What about my training? Narumi asked. You're with me today. Chakra control into jutsu. Tsunade said. Oh man. Narumi said. Outside. Tsunade yelled and Narumi ran away. Please don't kill her. Minato said. She'll only wish she was dead. Tsunade said and went outside. 6 years later. It's been 6 years since the Uchiha massacre and 6 years since Naruto lost the only person he's ever cared about outside of Kushina. Naruto, who is now 13, was finally about to graduate from the Shinobi Academy. In terms of strength, Naruto was as strong as a Chunin-level shinobi due to him constantly training over the years and was easily the strongest in his class. His Taijutsu was mid-Chunin level and possibly better, but he only fought with his restriction seals on which he forgot about. His ninjutsu was Jonin level, Jinjutsu was possibly the best in the village, thanks to his Sharingan, Kinjutsu was high Chunin, medical ninjutsu was low Chunin, and his Fuinjutsu was better than most Anbu members, thanks to Kushina helping him. Danzo still wanted Naruto on his side so every time Naruto was by himself, Danzo would appear and try to force him into his Anbu, but Naruto easily declined every single time. Naruto found out about his own Mangekyo Sharingan about a year after he actually awakened it when Danzo sent some of his Anbu to capture him and none of them made it back. After he used his Mangekyo to fend off the rude Anbu sent to capture him, Naruto went to the Naka shrine and read the Uchiha stone tablet's contents on the Mangekyo Sharingan, which informed him of why Itachi wanted him to take Mikoto's eyes. His Mangekyo abilities were Kodomatsukami in both eyes, Tsukiyomi in his left eye, and in his right eye, he had an ability that he named Time Skip since he skips time for a tenth of a second and in that limited time he is able to move freely. He uses that on opponents a lot stronger than him only since he can use that to deliver powerful blows to their body before they even realize it. Despite him knowing all of his abilities and the fact that the Susanoo was next, he didn't really use his Mangekyo that much because he didn't have anybody he really trusted to swap his eyes. He was close with Shizune a bit but she was always out of the village with Tsunade and he didn't care for Tsunade enough to trust her with the operation. Naruto's relationship with his family was awkward to say the least and Minato nearly forgot he even existed. Kushina over the years grew really close with Naruto and unknown to her, she kept him from turning completely into Kakashi with her antics. The thing for her was when she finally managed to make Naruto smile a bit since he never really did it. Naruto cared for his mother a lot and it showed when he beat up a drunk villager who tried to grope Kushina when he was 11 years old. Menma and Narumi were the golden heroes of the village so they thought they were better than everybody, but Narumi over the past 6 years was somewhat close to Naruto as she matured quite a bit the older she got. Menma on the other hand was the complete opposite and developed a deeper hatred for Naruto. Right now, he was waiting for his turn to get his headband and officially become a ninja. The door opened revealing the instructor that they have had since they started the academy 6 years ago, Haruka Yamino. He wore his hair in a ponytail, wore the standard Chunin uniform, and had a scar over his nose. At first he didn't like Naruto, but then had a change of heart last year and even tried to befriend Naruto, but Naruto wasn't exactly one to become friends with teachers. Naruto, you're up. Haruka said. Naruto followed him to the exam room and came face to face with Minato, Jiraiya and the other Chunin instructor Mizuki. The looks on their faces were each different from the other. While Minato had a proud yet ashamed look on his face, Mizuki had a hateful look in his eyes, which Naruto easily picked up on, and Jiraiya had a blank look on his face, since Naruto blatantly disrespected him every chance he got which angered Jiraiya. If this little staring contest is over, can we get this over with? Naruto asked. Yeah. You have to make any type of clone, do the substitution jutsu, the transformation jutsu and 1 or 2 other jutsus you've learned on your own. Minato said. 1 or 2 jutsus I know. Since when was that part of the test? Naruto asked. It's only for the children that come from a clan since they're supposed to be more advanced. Minato said. Too easy. Naruto said. Then perform the jutsus. You're the last one of the day. We have more important things to do than sit here. Jiraiya said. Shut up. Pathetic old man. Naruto said. He went on to do the substitution jutsu, shadow clone jutsu and transformation jutsu. For his final 2 jutsus, he decided to do a couple of B-rank jutsus. Fire style. Dragon flame bomb. He breathed fire from his mouth and manipulated the flames into the shape of a dragon and divided them to strike the target from the left, right and front all at once. He stopped the jutsu before it could cause any damage and then went to his next jutsu. Lightning flash. Naruto threw a lightning-infused Kuma shuriken at the wall and while Jiraiya and Minato expected it to stop, it kept rotating. Eventually they heard the faint sound of lightning and noticed the electrical current that was being channeled into the shuriken before Naruto cancelled the jutsu. Where did you learn that lightning jutsu? Minato asked. I made it up. Naruto said. Stop lying. You're talented, but you're only 13 and I highly doubt you could come up with something like that. Jiraiya said. Shut up, bitch. Naruto said. What did you call me? Jiraiya asked. Did I stutter? Do I need to learn how to speak Toad so you can understand me better? No. I don't. You heard me. Now, do as I said and shut up, bitch. Naruto said. He just walked up to Iruka and took the headband out of his hand before he left the room. He had an hour before teams were selected since he was the last person to get chosen for the exam. He was laying with his head down when somebody jumped on the desk in front of him. He looked up and saw Kiba staring him down. Can I help you? Naruto asked. You think you're so tough? I bet I can beat you. Kiba said and Naruto sighed. Kiba, how many times have we fought in the last 6 years? Naruto asked. I don't know. Like over 50. Kiba said. How many times have I beaten you? Naruto asked. I don't know. Like over 50. Kiba said. Leave him alone, Kiba. You're never going to beat him. Narumi said. Besides, it takes someone with actual skill like myself to beat that loser anyway. Menma said. I highly doubt always using the 9 tails chakra counts as skill. Naruto said. You want to go right now? Menma yelled as he grabbed Naruto's shirt and Iruka walked in. Alright everyone settle down. I have a list of teams for you. Now pay attention. Iruka said and Menma released Naruto's shirt. He went through the first 6 teams and they were mainly civilian kids who didn't really pay attention. Naruto zoned out because of him not getting his name called. He was hoping to be on one of those teams, but he figured that now he would be with a bunch of people he doesn't even talk to. Alright, Team 7 is a bit odd and will consist of Sakura Haruno, Narumi Uzumaki Namikaze, Sasuke Uchiha, Menma Uzumaki Namikaze and Naruto Uzumaki. Your team will have 2 leaders, Kakashi Haddock and Kushina Uzumaki Namikaze. Iruka said. Narumi said. Why does that weakling have to be on my team? Menma asked and pointed at Naruto. Last time I checked while Naruto purposely kept himself in the middle of the class, you were the dead last. You've challenged him 10 times over the last 6 years and you've lost every single time. Iruka said. I'm not on the same team as Naruto. Hinata sadly thought and looked at him. Stop looking at me. It's weird. Naruto said and Hinata shrieked before passing out. Anyway, the remaining teams are Team 8 and Team 10. Team 8 will be Shino Abiram, Kiba Inuzuka and Hinata Hyuga. Kurana Yuhi will be your Jonin instructor. Iruka said. The tracking team. Naruto thought. Team 10 being led by Asuma Sarutobi will be Shikamaru Nara, Choji Akimichi and Ino Yamanaka. Iruka said. Oh man. How come I have to be on a team with lazy bones and Sir eats a lot? Sakura teamed up with Sasuke, Menma and Naruto. It's not fair. Ino said. It's because Konoha wants to keep the Ino Shikacho legacy going. I don't understand how you didn't see that one coming. Narumi said. Let's trade. Ino said. All teams are final. You have 1 hour until your team leaders arrive. You're free to do whatever you want, but you must return in an hour to meet your team leaders. Iruka said and left. Should we all go out for lunch as a class? Who knows when we'll be able to get together for something again? Narumi said. I'm down. Ino said. I'm in. Sakura said. Let's do it. Choji said and they all got up. Sasuke, are you coming? Sakura asked. HN. Sasuke said and reluctantly got up as Menma grabbed him. Of course he is. Menma said and Sasuke glared at him. What about you, Naruto? Are you coming? Narumi asked and he was already gone. I'll take that as a no. Sakura said. Come on, Hinata. We're going out for lunch. Narumi said as she shook her. I got her. Kiba said and picked her up. What does she even see in that loser? I'm the head of the Namikaze clan. She should be in love with me. Menma thought. 1 hour later. Man, that lunch was great. Ino said. Tell me about it. I'm just glad you and Sakura didn't fight over who sat next to Sasuke. Narumi said. That's because we both sat next to him. Ino said. Right. So, what do you think our first missions will be? Narumi asked. Maybe we'll get to save a prince or something. Sakura said. Or a princess. Menma said. It's obvious I'll be the person you call on if you're in danger. Kiba said and puffed out his chest. The only thing we'll call you for is if we catch fleas, Kiba. Ino said. Hey. Kiba said and then somebody was thrown through the door. I said we weren't going to be late. Kushina yelled as she stood over Kakashi. Oh no. Narumi said. Good luck. Ino whispered. Alright. Team 7 let's go. We're heading to the rooftop. Kakashi said. Where's Naruto? Kushina asked. I don't know. Narumi said. He must have realized he's not cut out to be a ninja. Menma said. Menma, shut up. Narumi said. Let's go. I'll deal with him later. Kushina said and Team 7 left. Rooftop. So, let's introduce ourselves. Kushina said. What do you mean? We already know each other. Sakura said. You know. Your likes, dislikes and dreams for the future. Kakashi, you go first. Kushina said. Alright. My name is Kakashi Haddock. My likes and dislikes, I don't feel like telling you. My dreams for the future, never really thought about it. Kakashi said. Well, I'm Kushina Uzumaki Namikaze. My likes are my family and ramen. I dislike perverts, rapists and liars. My dream for the future is to see all of my children happy and succeed in life. Kushina said. Sakura, you're next. Kakashi said. Okay. I'm Sakura Haruno. What I mean the person I like. Squeal. My dream for the future. Squeal. Sakura said. What do you dislike? Kakashi asked. No pig. Sakura yelled. Should have seen that coming. Kushina thought. Sasuke, you're next. Kakashi said. My name is Sasuke Uchiha. I hate a lot of things and I don't particularly like anything. What I have is not a dream because I will make it a reality. I'm going to restore my clan and destroy a certain someone. Sasuke said. It's like looking at Fugaku all over again. Kushina thought. Okay. Narumi, you're up next. Kushina said. I'm Narumi Uzumaki Namikaze. I like ramen, training and sometimes gossip. My dislikes, well, I don't really have any dislikes. I mean, I used to dislike Naruto, but I grew up and got over it. My dream is to become the strongest kunoichi in history and possibly Hokage. Narumi said. I'm Menma Uzumaki Namikaze. I like ramen and training. My dislikes are that loser Naruto who I hate with every fiber in my body and anybody who tries to mess with me. My dream is to become Hokage and be the strongest ninja ever. Menma said. Do you know what Naruto did to make Menma hate him so much? Kakashi whispered to Kushina. Not a clue. As far as I know, they were never around each other because of Menma's attitude. I would say it was when Naruto put a kunai to his throat, but Menma hasn't liked Naruto since they were born really. Kushina whispered. We might want to have a talk with him. Kakashi whispered. I'll do it when this is over. Kushina whispered, and Naruto appeared with blood on his shirt, making everyone look at him. What? Naruto asked. What's with the blood? Kushina asked. A small root problem that got in my way. Naruto said and pulled out a book. Is that a new book? Kushina asked. Yes. I wrote it myself. Naruto said. What's it about? Kushina asked, as she was interested. It's a love story about a shinobi who lost his way and found love. Naruto said, and Kakashi appeared next to him. Do you have an extra copy? Kakashi asked. Yes, but it'll cost you. Naruto said. How much? Kakashi asked. Since it's not available in stores yet and I know you'll want the limited edition version, it'll cost you the Chidori and the lightning blade. Lightning is my strongest chakra nature. Naruto said. I would like to, but I can't. Those jutsu only work with the Sharingan since they create tunnel vision. Kakashi said. This is going to be a 5-part series. Naruto said, and Kakashi pulled out 2 scrolls. Deal? Kakashi said, and they swapped. Pleasure doing business. Naruto said. Are you two done? Kushina asked. Yes. Kakashi said and started to read the book. Great. Now, Naruto. Introduce yourself to everyone. Kushina said. Why? We already know each other. Naruto said. See. He agrees with me. Sakura said. Shut it, Pinky. Tell us your likes, dislikes, hobbies and dreams for the future. Kushina said and looked at Kakashi, who wiped a tear from his eye. Okay. I'm Naruto Uzumaki. Let's see. I like training and my wolf pup. Naruto said, and Kushina interrupted him. What wolf pup? I didn't know Tsume gave you one. Kushina said. She didn't. Anyway, I don't really have dislikes since I tend to not let things bother me. I take that back. I don't like it when people stare at me. It's weird. My hobbies, I guess, would be writing and watching the stars at night. Dreams for the future. I guess have a family or travel. Maybe both. Naruto said. Interesting. Kushina said. I bet you won't even make it a week as a ninja to travel the world. You'd probably be dead on your first mission out of the village. Menma said. Menma? Kushina yelled, and Naruto sighed. It's the truth. There's nothing special about him. Narumi and I have the power of the 9 tails. Narumi has the freaky chakra chains, the slug contract, and she's skilled in ninjutsu as well as taijutsu like I am. What does he have? Absolutely nothing. He's a disgrace to our family, and as the current clan heir he's banished from the Namikaze clan. Menma said, and Naruto just chuckled. What's so funny? You were just banished from the Namikaze clan. Sakura said. There's something all of you fail to realize. I was banished from the Namikaze clan long ago. Once Menma was declared the heir to the Namikaze clan, which never existed until Minato became Hokage, I was banished from the clan. I could pick up the other clan name I was accepted into. Naruto said. What clan? Narumi asked. The Uchiha clan. Naruto said. That's impossible. Narumi. No, it isn't. I became an honorary member of the Uchiha clan when I was 6 after mastering the fireball jutsu. Mikoto oversaw my rite of passage as did Fugaku, and I was accepted into the clan. That's why I was able to just walk into the Uchiha clan district without having to worry about the angry looks they'd give outsiders. Naruto said. Is that true, Kushina-sensei? Sakura asked. Yes. That, and he was technically an Uchiha at the age of 5 when Mikoto gave him a blood transfusion after he was attacked one night. Her blood is inside of him, and if somebody were to do a DNA test through a blood swap, it would show that they're a match. Kushina said. So that means you're Sasuke's brother? Sakura asked. In a sense. Naruto said. Wait a minute. If he has the Uchiha Na inside of him, does that mean he can awaken the Sharingan? Narumi asked and Kushina laughed. No. He can't unlock the Sharingan. Kushina said and Kakashi looked at Naruto with his Sharingan revealed. Well, this team is very interesting. Kakashi thought and lowered his headband. That's an invasion of privacy, Kakashi. Naruto said and Kakashi gave him an eye smile. I have no idea what you're talking about. Kakashi said. Right. Naruto said. Okay. Meet us tomorrow at Training Ground 7 at 5 AM. Do not eat breakfast or you'll throw up. Later. Kakashi said and went up in smoke. Narumi, want to come with me to see how Ino is doing with her team? Sakura asked. Sure. I've got nothing else to do. Narumi said and they left as did Sasuke. Well, I'm going to the Ichiraku Ramen. Menma said. Wait. When you get him later we're going to have a long discussion about your attitude towards your brother. Kushina said. Whatever. Menma said and ran away. I'm not doing any D-rank missions. Naruto said and Kushina looked at him. Every genin has to do them. Kushina said. I don't. I was Mikoto's apprentice as you could say, and we did a few D-rank missions before she died. I've paid my dues already. Naruto said. How many did you do? Kushina asked. Over 100. Naruto said. Why so many? Kushina asked and he shrugged. I don't know. All I know is that I'm more than qualified to have some C-rank missions, and I've got the skills to back it up. Naruto said. I'll talk to Minato about it. Kushina said. Cool. Naruto said. Before you go, I want a copy of your book. Kushina said and held out her hand. It's going to cost you. Naruto said. I'm your mother. I gave birth to you and fed you for 13 years. Give me the damn book. Kushina said and he mumbled under his breath. Here. Naruto said and gave her a book before he vanished. Let's see why Kakashi had a tear in his eye. Kushina said and started to read. Following the team meeting from the previous day, Team 7 was at Training Ground 7 ready for their test. Narumi and Menma begged Kushina to let them in on what the training was going to be, but she wouldn't budge at all. Narumi was up all night practicing her skills with a shadow clone to make sure she was at her best, and while she knew she wasn't the best ninja, she at least knew she was better than Sakura and Menma. She knew she was on par with Sasuke since they would always tie if they ever had a spar in the academy, but she couldn't wrap her head around Naruto's strength since he never showed how strong he really is. She remembers trying to spy on him training a few times, but she could never find where he trains at, and all she knew was that Kushina helped him with his Fuinjutsu. PSST. Narumi. Sakura whispered. Huh? Narumi asked. Is it weird having two brothers that hate each other? Sakura asked and they looked at Menma who was glaring daggers at Naruto. It's mainly Menma. Naruto doesn't even do anything really. Narumi said. Must be some awkward dinners. Sakura said. Not really. Naruto quickly eats and leaves. He prefers to be alone at night where he just sits and watches the stars at night. Narumi said. Watch the stars? Sakura asked. It's very relaxing. Narumi said. Seems kind of boring. Sakura said and Narumi shrugged. Your loss. Have you seen my mom or Kakashi-sensei yet? Narumi asked. No. It's weird how they tell us to be here this early and they aren't here. I could have slept in longer. Sakura said. Naruto's sleeping. Narumi said and pointed at him. I doubt it. Last time he was supposedly sleeping, Kiba threw a kunai at him and he caught it. Sakura said. True, but I don't want to see if he's sleeping or not. Narumi said. I'll do it. Menma said and threw a shuriken at Naruto, but it disappeared. Huh? Sakura said and Menma threw another one only for the same exact thing to happen. What's going on? I know he's not moving. Narumi thought. What is happening? Menma yelled and threw all of his kunai, but none of them hit. If you're done attacking your teammate, we'd like to get started. Kushina said and glared at Menma as she appeared with Kakashi. We can't start. I'm out of kunai. Menma said. That's not my problem. You decided to waste them on your own teammate who isn't even over there. Kushina said. What do you mean? Narumi asked. Yeah. He's right there. Sakura said and pointed at Naruto. It's a Jinjutsu. Kakashi said and released the Jinjutsu. Then where's Naruto? Sakura asked. He's sleeping in the tree. Kushina said and pointed at Naruto. How strong is he? Narumi thought. Naruto. It's time to start. Kushina said and yanked him out of the tree with her chakra chains. A simple wake up would have worked, you know. Naruto said. Alright. Let's start training. What super duper awesome jutsu are we learning today? Menma asked. None. Kakashi said. Why not? Menma asked. This is just a test to see all of your skills individually and as a team. Kakashi said. Sounds simple. Which one of these four do I have to beat? Menma asked. Neither. All of you will each have a chance to face both of us 2-on-1 individually before we do the team test. Kushina said. 2-on-1 isn't fair. You're both high-ranking jonin, and I'm pretty sure Kushina-sensei is stronger or just as strong as Lady Tsunade. Sakura said. True, but in this individual test we'll lower our skill levels to match that of yours and see how you do. Once we gauge your limit, we'll take things up a notch to see how you do. Sakura, you're up first. Kushina said. Okay. Sakura said. Don't worry. We're going to go easy on you. Kushina said. Whenever you're ready. Kakashi said. Remember to use everything you know how to do. Kushina said and Sakura ran towards her. She's not fast. Kakashi thought. Kakashi and Kushina both easily blocked a punch from Sakura that did have some power behind it. They both went on the offensive at the rate of a genin, which was too much for Sakura to handle, and estimated her level was at an academy student, which wasn't disappointing, but it wasn't good for how long she's been in the academy and what she was taught. The fight didn't last long as Sakura collapsed due to her lack of stamina, and she held up a white cloth which made Naruto chuckle a bit under his mask. I give up. Sakura said. So, you're not quite a genin level ninja yet, but you'll get there before we do our first mission out of the village. We need to work on your speed, stamina and help your chakra reserves grow. Your punches do have some power behind them, so we'll need to figure out a way to increase your speed while not lowering your power. Kushina said. I'm next. Menma yelled. Needless to say that Menma greatly disappointed Kushina with his skills despite being trained by her for a bit until she started going on missions again. She could tell he was trying to draw on the Nine Tails chakra while he fought and that he was mainly going after her. She gauged him at being just above Sakura in terms of skills and wondered how he was a taijutsu expert when all he did was swing wildly. His ninjutsu was sloppy as he couldn't use any of them properly. Narumi was after Menma and she kept both of them on their toes, mixing her ninjutsu with her taijutsu. Her wind and water chakra natures were really good for somebody of her stature, as well as her taijutsu, which was better than most genin. Kushina and Kakashi both had some difficulty taking out her shadow clones, since she could create an entire army while having them perfectly time their attacks. In all she was as good as a mid-genin level ninja and could hold her own up to a low chunin level shinobi with her shadow clones helping. Sasuke was around the same level as Narumi, but just a bit better thanks to him being faster. As expected, his shuriken jutsu was fantastic, which he was able to use in cooperation with his phoenix flower jutsu. Sasuke only knew 2 fire ninjutsu, but he knew when and when not to use them, which was saying something about how good he will be when he gets stronger. Alright. Not bad, Sasuke. Kushina said. HN. Sasuke said and walked away. You're lucky I have a soft spot for you because of the Uchiha massacre. Kushina thought and her eye twitched. So, how'd I do? Pretty awesome, right? Menma asked. No. Quite frankly, you're not that better than Sakura, and that's saying something considering you were being trained by Minato, Jiraiya, myself and Kakashi. I know I went on missions again, but what I've seen from you is disappointing. Narumi, you're on par with Sasuke with him being better only because of his speed, but what you lack with speed you make up for with power and accuracy. Your wind and water chakra natures are pretty good for somebody fresh out of the academy. Same goes for your fire chakra nature, Sasuke. Kushina said. I don't get it. If they were trained by the same people, how is Narumi better than Menma? Shouldn't they be on the same level? Sakura asked. We should be, but I stopped training with them when I was 8 and decided to ask Granny Tsunade for help personally due to me having the slug contract. Granted, I couldn't train with her every day thanks to her always having to travel, but she did leave behind material for me to learn from. I can't do medical ninjutsu or use her chakra enhanced strength, but she was able to teach me taijutsu, chakra control and help with my ninjutsu. Mom went back on missions after she was medically cleared, Kakashi was back in the Anbu for a while, and Dad was back in the office a lot after the Uchiha massacre. Dad left Pervy Sage to train us, and all he wanted to focus on was controlling the Nine Tails chakra. I got out of there the first chance I could get. He may be one of the legendary Sannin, but he jokes around a lot and does a lot of telling us what to do instead of showing us, since that's how he trained our father. While I am smart, I'm not even close to being near the level my dad was in terms of intelligence, and no offense Mom, but Menma has your level of intelligence based on the stories Granny Tsunade told me. Narumi said. Sheesh. She says no offense and then completely offends me. Kushina thought. I don't get it. Aren't all great shinobi supposed to be fantastic teachers? Sakura asked. Here's the thing you need to understand, Sakura. Just because somebody is a great shinobi, it doesn't really mean it'll translate over into being a great teacher. Kushina said. Are you a great teacher then? Sakura asked. I would say I'm pretty good. Kushina said. I wouldn't go that far. All you did was stress me and Narumi with chakra control. Menma said. Oh? Do you realize how essential chakra control is? Kushina asked. Does it really matter? Menma asked. Menma, you can walk on water, walk up trees and do so much more if you know how to properly use your chakra. You don't just wake up one day with chakra and decide to do it. It takes practice, and trust me, I know for a fact that Mom took it easy on us with our chakra control compared to what Granny Tsunade had me do. Narumi said. I have a ton of chakra. I can just use whatever jutsu I like. More chakra means the more powerful the jutsu has, and power goes a long way. It's the only thing that matters in this world. I want Konoha to be the strongest village, and in order for that to happen, you need to have power. Menma said. You sound like Danzo. Naruto said. I don't know who that is, but he sounds like a wise person if you ask me. Menma said. You don't understand how evil Danzo is, and the fact that you talk like this shows you have a higher chance of betraying this village for power, just as much as Sasuke would. Naruto said. Menma, who put it through your thick skull that power is all that matters? Kushina asked. Nobody. It's a proven fact. The strong survive and the weak perish. Our village has never lost a war because we're strong and have power. We have 2 halves of the 9 tails in our village, and others should fear us, but they don't. Menma said. All villages are powerful in their own way. Kakashi said. Let me ask you this, Menma. If me or anybody else were to stand in your way, what would you do? Naruto asked. I'd do what I have to. Menma said. Really? Do you think you could kill us? Naruto asked. Without a doubt. It's what I've been trained to do. Menma said. Have you ever someone killed before? Do you know what it's like to take another life? Naruto asked. No, but it's pretty easy. Menma said. How would you know if you've never done it before? Naruto asked. Because Dad did it. Menma said. Do you think it was easy for Minato to kill people? Naruto asked. Yes. He wiped out over 1,000 shinobi during the Third Ninja War and gave us the victory. Menma said. Menma, you don't understand how that affected your father. He didn't feel good having to wipe out over 1,000 shinobi from Iwa, and he certainly didn't want to. It took him months to cope with the fact that he did that, and what finally got him to fully come around was the birth of his children. Taking life isn't easy, and I never want to hear you speak like that again. Kushina said. Really? Dad seems so level-headed. It doesn't seem like that got him down. Narumi said. It's true. While Konoha is a strong village, we also believe in ending things peacefully to limit bloodshed or not have any at all. Kushina said. So what if we have to spill a little blood? It shouldn't matter as long as we're still standing in the end. Menma said and a kunai landed in front of him. Then do it. I'm standing in your way. Kill me. Naruto said and walked up to him. Naruto, stop. Kushina said. Do it, Menma. I'm letting you know up front that if you show any signs of harming or betraying this village, I'll stop you myself. Besides, I should be easy for you to kill since you hate me with every fiber in your body. Do it. Naruto said as he placed the kunai in Menma's hand and placed it at his neck. What are you doing? That's dangerous. Sakura said and Naruto noticed Menma shaking. Do it. Naruto said and Menma flinched. Stop. Kushina said and kicked the kunai out of Menma's hand. That's what I thought. You talk big, but can't back it up. Naruto said and left. Well, I guess training is done for the day. Kakashi said. You all pass. Menma, go home. The rest of you enjoy your day. Kushina said. Kushina-sensei, I was hoping we could go over some stuff for my training. Sakura said. I'll stop by your house in a few hours. Kushina said and vanished. Hokage office. Minato, we have a problem. Kushina yelled as she appeared in the office. I'm kind of in the middle of an important meeting. Minato said as he pointed to elders Koharu and Homura. This is important. Kushina said. We can finish this later, Minato. Koharu said as she stood up. Yes. We still have months before the event so we can put it off for now. Homura said. Very well. Minato said and they bowed before leaving. Sorry. Kushina said. It's alright. Now, what is so important that I had to end my meeting? Minato asked. Your son. Kushina said. Naruto. What did he do? The Anbu haven't reported anything on him. Minato said. What Anbu? Kushina asked. I had some Anbu watch over Naruto after the Uchiha massacre. There's been a change in his attitude and I didn't want to take that risk. Minato said. Well, you have the wrong son being watched by Anbu. Menma is the one we need to watch. Kushina said. There's no way it's Menma. Minato said. I just witnessed it. Kushina said, and then 2 Anbu members appeared in the room. We have a problem, Lord Hokage. One Anbu member said. What is it? Minato asked. Our target should not be Naruto Uzumaki. Our target should be Menma Uzumaki Namikaze. He showed signs betraying the village even more than Sasuke Uchiha. Kat said. Are you absolutely sure? Minato asked. Yes. There are several witnesses to this, and Lady Kushina is one of them. Bor said. Minato, Naruto compared Menma to Danzo and Menma completely agreed with everything Naruto said. He has the same mindset as Danzo, believing that the other villages need to fear us, and that power is the only thing that matters in this world. Kushina said. How does Naruto know about Danzo? Minato asked and Kushina destroyed his desk. That's not the point. Kushina yelled. Right. I just don't understand it. We've spent the past 13 years trying to keep Menma off of this path and he somehow managed to go down it. Minato said. Maybe because he was constantly babied a lot and given everything he's wanted caused this. Kushina said and Minato sighed. What about Naruto? Has he shown any signs over the last few years? Minato asked. None at all. He's the complete opposite of Menma, Lord Hokage. Bor said. Bor. Whenever Menma is in the village, I want you to tail him. Watch his every move and report back to me whatever you find out." Minato said. "Yes, sir." Bor said. "What shall we do about Naruto?" Kat asked. "He's off the hook. Menma is our focus for now. I want you tailing him everywhere except the Uzumaki Namikaze estate. He'll be closely watched by Kushina and myself while we're there." Minato said. "Yes, sir." Kat said and vanished with Bor. "I don't understand it. This whole time I've been under the assumption that Naruto needed to be watched." Minato said. "Well, you know what they say about people who assume stuff, right?" Kushina asked. "No. What do they say?" Minato asked. "They say you make an ass out of yourself." Kushina said and Minato hung his head. "I should probably apologize to Naruto about that then." Minato said. "I'm sure he understands. I mean it's not like he didn't know." Kushina said. "How'd he know?" Minato asked. "He's a censor. One thing he's picked up from the Uzumaki clan aren't just the larger chakra reserves and powerful life force, but he has the mind's eye of the Kagura. Not many people achieve this ability in the Uzumaki clan, but he has it and he doesn't even have to concentrate to use it. It's like second nature to him." Kushina said. "Well, can you give me an in-depth assessment of his skills? There's nothing in his shinobi profile other than 100s of D rank missions I had to approve of last night once he became a genin." Minato said. "I don't really know much. I mean he's extremely close to being a seal master and he can probably take on a jonin in Kenjutsu, but he doesn't have a sword that fits him yet. Other than that I have no idea what he's capable of, but I know for a fact that he's the strongest genin in the village." Kushina said. "Didn't you test him?" Minato asked. "I was going to, but then the situation with Menma happened." Kushina said. "Does anybody know how good he is?" Minato asked. "Maybe Danzo, but that's a huge maybe." Kushina said. "How would Danzo know about his skills?" Minato asked. "Danzo has been trying to manipulate Naruto over to his side ever since he was 5 and has been sending his root Anbu over to capture Naruto, but according to Naruto all of them were killed. At best I wouldn't put him no higher than a Chunin level shinobi if I had to guess." Kushina said. "It doesn't make sense though. If he was a Chunin level shinobi, there's no way he would have been able to take out any of Danzo's men. Something isn't right." Minato said. "We could always ask him." Kushina said. "Really? That's the best you can do? Just ask him?" Minato asked and she shrugged. "He's pretty honest with me." Kushina said and Naruto appeared in the office. "Yo." Naruto said and they just looked at him. "Kakashi." Kushina thought as her eye twitched. "What?" Naruto asked as he turned a page in his book. We were just talking about you." Minato said. "Interesting." Naruto said. "Yeah. So, can you tell us how skilled you are?" Kushina asked. "Just jump right into the situation, huh?" Minato thought. "Sure, but I want them kept off record." Naruto said. "Why?" Minato asked. "Because there's been somebody sneaking into the shinobi files section and that reminds me. Your Anbu sucks if I can sneak past them as much as I do." Naruto said. "You admit that you sneak into the shinobi files office to the leader of the village?" Minato said. "It's not like I have to do much. Anyway, somebody sneaks in and constantly looks through the shinobi files, mainly the clan heirs. I don't know why or what they're looking for, but you need to get better Anbu to watch that room." Naruto said. "Right. Anyway, how strong are you?" Minato asked. "I can take on any Chunin in this village." Naruto said. "No, seriously?" Kushina said. "I'm being serious. You don't get trained by one of the best and not remember her teachings. I just upped the amount of time that I did my training, and thanks to Danzo sending his men after me, I gained battle experience since all of them came after me using different tactics." Naruto said. "I'll keep it off the record, but I want you to spar with Might Guy." Minato said and for the first time in his life, Naruto actually looked pissed. "Absolutely not." Naruto said. "Why not?" Minato asked. "He's annoying and I get enough of his springtime of youth talks when I do my morning run." Naruto said. "Do you realize Guy wakes up before the sun comes up?" Kushina asked. "Yes. That's why I started running in the opposite direction to get away from him and his clone." Naruto said. "Let's do this." Minato said and Naruto closed his book. "Fine, but on one condition." Naruto said and Minato sighed. "What's that?" Minato asked. "I do only C and B rank missions with mom, while Kakashi handles the D rank missions." Naruto said. "The team has to complete a certain amount of D rank missions for the first C rank mission." Minato said. "I know you saw all of my D rank missions Mikoto had me do and don't deny it. Which reminds me, I want my pay." Naruto said. "I'd give it to him, Minato. It's not like he's asking for some strong jutsus or anything. Besides, I'll be there to protect him should anything go wrong." Kushina said. "You land one good hit on Might Guy and I'll give you the C rank mission nobody wants to take." Minato said. "Deal." Naruto said. "One more thing." Minato said. "Yes?" Naruto asked. "How did you defeat Danzo's Anbu he sent after you? A Chunin wouldn't even be able to take out one of them." Minato said. "All in due time, Minato. All in due time." Naruto said and vanished. Minato. Since when did he call me that? Minato asked. You never noticed? Kushina asked. No. Minato said. Yeah. I think he's called you by your name ever since he was maybe 5. Kushina said. Maybe I should say something to him about that. Minato said. It wouldn't do good for high-profile people to come around and hear your son call you by your actual name, but I think Naruto knows when and when not to use your actual name. Kushina said. Naruto was walking around the village as usual reading his book when his wolf pup ran up to him and stood there. Naruto just looked until the wolf seemed to nod in one direction to the forest before taking off, making Naruto chase after him. They kept going until they were inside of the forest of death and in a wide open clearing. You had me follow you into the forest of death for what reason? Naruto asked, and then a puff of smoke went off revealing huge red-colored wolf with piercing yellow eyes. Because I wanted to meet you, Naruto. The wolf said. Who are you? Naruto asked and put his book away. I am the boss of the wolf summons, Angerboda. I am also the mother of your friend here, Fenrir. Angerboda said. Sup? Fenrir said. Sup? You mean to tell me this entire time you've been able to talk and only made noises at me? Naruto asked. Due to our previous candidate killing off one of our clan members, we have forbidden any of our clan members to talk to a human that I or one of our summoners have not deemed safe. Angerboda said. Besides, you've learned to understand what I was saying anyway. Fenrir said. I guess you have a point. So, what can I do for you? Naruto asked. Fenrir has been tasked with finding us a summoner for our clan, and he has chosen you. He's kept up with your skills and reported back to us on a monthly basis over the past 8 years. I have gone over this with the elders of our clan, and it has been agreed to offer you the wolf contract. Angerboda said and a big red scroll appeared on the ground. So, I was being tested this entire time without even noticing? Naruto asked. Yes. It's been quite some time since we've had a summoner, and you're the first person in many years to have been offered the contract. Angerboda said. So, I sign and then what? Naruto asked. Then we can begin your training in about 6 months, as well as give you a gift courtesy of Fenrir. Angerboda said. A gift? What gift? Naruto asked. He said you were great at Kenjutsu, but couldn't find any sword that felt right in your hands or able to take your dense chakra without breaking. He spent many years forging this sword for you, and it has been ready, but he wanted to wait until you became a fully fledged ninja before giving it to you. Angerboda said. You're embarrassing me. Fenrir said and Naruto chuckled as he signed the contract. For a wolf that looks evil you sure did a lot for me. Naruto said. Yeah. Fenrir said. Now that you have signed the contract, Fenrir will be your familiar and as you can tell, he's not fit for battle just yet, but he can still join you on your morning runs to get his speed and stamina up. Angerboda said. I think I'll pass. I don't want to run into the 2 green idiots again. They always try to run with us. Fenrir said. I started to run the opposite way to avoid them and we only see them in passing. Naruto said. Good. Fenrir said. Naruto, here is your sword. Angerboda said and the sword appeared on the ground. The sword was perfectly made and it was a katana, but it was different from the other katanas Naruto has come across. This katana had a steel blade that started off as a light blue color and got darker all the way to the tip of the sword. The handle of the sword was a straight handle with a wolf head at the end, where the blade came out of its mouth and had a white lightning design going down the blade. The sheath for his sword was black with blue lightning designs all around it. Naruto picked it up and gave it a few practice swings before sheathing the sword. Thanks Fenrir. It's perfect. Naruto said. I knew you'd like it. Fenrir said and puffed out his chest. I do have a question. Naruto said. Ask away. Angerboda said. If he's been following me for 8 years, shouldn't he be bigger? Naruto asked. Fenrir is a late bloomer. However, I can sense a great power within him that's locked away until he grows. I've said this many times before and he doesn't believe me, but he may go down as the strongest wolf to ever come from our clan. Even surpassing myself. Angerboda said. Yeah. I'll believe it when I see it. Fenrir said. Come along, Fenrir. We must break the news of our newest summoner to the clan. Angerboda said. See ya. Fenrir said and they went up in smoke. I guess I'll practice with the new sword a bit. Naruto said and turned around to block a kunai. Good awareness, my little maelstrom. Anko said. Can I help you? Naruto asked. Just wanted to see what all of the animals in the forest were scared shitless of, but I found the answer. Anko said. I highly doubt the animals were that scared. Naruto said. Oh they were. So, what brings you out here? Anko asked. Just some training. Naruto said. What a coincidence. I was just about to train as well. Anko said. I said I wanted to train. Not end up in the hospital. Next time for sure. Naruto said. You're no fun. Anko said and pulled out a book. You actually read? Naruto asked. What's that supposed to mean? Anko asked. You're Anko Mitarashi. Reading isn't something you're actually known to do. Naruto said. Well, this book has been flying off the shelves since it was released and it's pretty damn good. It's way better than the smut Jiraiya puts out. Anko said and Naruto looked at the cover. When did that book come out? Naruto asked. It came out last night. All of the stores are sold out already and some people have pre-ordered the second volume. Anko said. You didn't pay attention to the cover, did you? Naruto asked. Why would I do that? You know I don't read often. Anko said. Look at the name on the cover of the book. Naruto said and Anko sighed before reading the name. Bull fucking shit. Anko yelled as she saw his name on the cover. Thank you for the positive review. Naruto said and she put the book in his face. Sign it. Anko said and gave him a pen. Fine. Naruto said and signed the book. This is going straight on the wall after I read it. Anko said. The wall? Naruto asked. The wall of my most precious items. I moved the spot I had for Orochimaru's head to a different spot. Anko said. Right. Naruto said. When's the second book coming? Anko asked. I don't know. I have to do it in between missions, but it's halfway done. Naruto said. Can I get a sneak preview of the book? Anko asked. You didn't even finish that book. Finish that one and then we'll talk. Naruto said. I'll hold you to it. Anko said and vanished. Later in the day. I can't believe I'm doing this. Naruto said, as he was in the Chunin exam stadium for his spar with Might Guy. At least it's a private spar with only me and Minato watching. Kushina said. I know, but it's Might Guy. He's annoying. Naruto said. He's not that bad. Kushina said. Good afternoon my youthful comrades. Guy yelled as he arrived and Naruto looked at Kushina. You were saying? Naruto asked. At least the other one isn't here. Kushina said. Nice of you to join us Guy. Minato said. Of course. You told me I would have a spar against someone freshly into their spring times of youth and I just couldn't pass up the opportunity. Guy said and did his signature pose. Did you actually say that? Kushina asked. Not even close. Anyway, your opponent will be Naruto. Minato said. Ah. Yes. The oldest son of Lord Hokage. Guy said. Deep breaths Naruto. Deep breaths. Naruto thought. Alright. This is a Taijutsu only fight and it goes until I've seen enough. Minato said and both men got into their stances, but Guy didn't recognize Naruto's. I have never seen a stance like that before. Guy said. I know. Naruto said. Begin. Minato said. As soon as Minato said that, Guy quickly caught a fist that was an inch away from his gut and tossed Naruto over his shoulder. Guy quickly went on the offensive and Naruto was barely able to get out of the way from his attacks, which were a lot faster than what he was used to dealing with. I managed to catch Naruto who barely got his guard up in time and he was sent crashing into the wall of the stadium. Naruto appeared next to Guy who raised his hand to catch a fist aimed at his face, but it was a feint as Naruto swung his leg and managed to knock Guy off balance, but missed the next kick aimed at his face since Guy quickly moved. Naruto went on the offensive while holding back a bit to study the way Guy moved as well as how he dodged. Naruto eventually figured out Guy's movements and habits, then upped his speed to his max and managed to punch Guy in the chest with a chakra-enhanced punch to the solar plexus. Guy came out of the wall and they both disappeared, continuing their Taijutsu battle which amazed Minato and Kushina. They knew Guy wasn't going all out, but they could tell Naruto was forcing him to use a lot more skill than he intended and it showed as Guy was getting more into the fight. It was obvious Naruto was losing, but he was avoiding taking serious damage, managing to only gain a few scrapes and some torn clothes. Guy went for a kick to Naruto's ribs, but Naruto caught his legs and used chakra to throw him away. Both men got into their respective stances and were about to continue until Minato spoke up. That's enough. Minato said and they did the unison sign. He's good. Kushina said. A very youthful Taijutsu style, Naruto. What is the name of it? Guy asked. I honestly don't know the name of it. Naruto said. Whatever it is, I've never seen such movements before. Guy said. Naruto, you can leave now. Minato said. Later. Naruto said and vanished. So, how'd he do? Minato asked. Better than I expected. During our spar, he held back when he went on the offensive. Guy said. He's still holding back. Kushina asked. No. He purposely held back to study my movements, habits and how I defended myself. I didn't realize it until he managed to connect with a punch to my solar plexus. Guy said. Where would you put him Taijutsu-wise? Minato asked. It depends. Guy said. On what? Minato asked. He has resistance seals on his body and he never deactivated them. Well he was going all out, that was just him going all out while being heavily restricted. I'd put him on par with Neji, but without his resistance seals, he could probably take on a freshly minted Jonin. Guy said. Thanks Guy. I appreciate this and don't say a word about this spar to anybody. Minato said. Yosh. Guy said and quickly left. Should we do a ninjutsu test next? Minato asked and Kushina just looked at him. You really want to do a ninjutsu test on an Uzumaki? Kushina asked. You're right. So we know he's good at Taijutsu, Kinjutsu, Jinjutsu, and I'm going to take a wild guess to say he's good at ninjutsu. I know it's not fair, but maybe I should just promote him to Chunin. Minato said. No. Kushina said. What do you mean? Minato asked. He lacks field experience. Sure, he has fighting experience, but he doesn't know the first thing about leading a team or anything of that nature. Just let him go on a few missions like you said and have him compete in the Chunin exams. Over the next 6 months just send him out on some C and B ranked missions with me. I'll teach him everything he needs to know about becoming a Chunin and get him ready for promotion. Kushina said, and Minato thought about it for a while. Tomorrow I want the both of you to come to my office around 10 AM for that mission. Minato said. 10? Why so late compared to other escort missions? Kushina asked. It's the preferred time the client asked for you all to leave. Minato said. We'll be there. Kushina said. Next day, Team 7 were all at Training Ground 7 for their first official day, as Ninja and Menma kept going on about all of the awesome stuff he was going to do. Of course everyone was ignoring him, but all of them were annoyed except for Naruto, who sat up high in a tree catching up on some sleep. Good morning guys. Kakashi said as he arrived with Kushina. Sup? Naruto said as he appeared with the group. What's on the agenda for today? Saving a princess. Taking out some bandits. Securing a secret jutsu? Menma asked. Neither. Today, we're doing a team bonding exercise since we couldn't do it yesterday. Kakashi said. Menma, Narumi, Sasuke and Sakura. All of you will be doing the team bonding exercise with Kakashi during some missions we have both selected for you, and you have a limited time frame to get them done. Kushina said. Aren't you forgetting Naruto? Sakura asked. No. Naruto is needed for something else and I have to go with him. Kushina said. Hum along you four. We have a lot of D-rank missions to do. Kakashi said. Ha. Loser. We get to go out on missions while you're stuck being a mommy's boy. Menma said. Yeah. You have fun with those missions. Naruto said. Kakashi, they're all yours until we get back. Kushina said and vanished with Naruto. Mission's office. We're here. Kushina said. Great. Our guest just arrived. Tokiwa, I'd like for you to meet Kushina Uzumaki Namikaze and Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze. Minato said. It's an honor to meet the both of you. Tokiwa said and bowed. Likewise. Kushina said. Same, but for the record it's just Naruto Uzumaki. Naruto said. Of course. Tokiwa said. These two will be your escorts back to the Nadeshiko village. Minato said. No offense, but are you sure? Naruto here looks like he just graduated from the academy. Tokiwa said. That's because I did. Naruto said. Trust me, Tokiwa. He wouldn't be on this mission if he weren't capable of doing it. Your mission is pretty simple. You are to escort her back to her village unharmed and help take out a group of bandits that are trying to raid the village. Minato said. Do we kill them or just hand them over to the village? Naruto asked. Kill them. According to Tokiwa, this isn't the first time they've done this and they keep coming back with more help. Minato said. You're the boss. Naruto said. This mission should take you about 3 weeks to complete. You're dismissed. Minato said. Alright. Naruto, pack for a 3 weeks long mission and meet us at the gate. Kushina said. I'm already packed. My ninja pouch has little storage seals on them with clothes and water. Naruto said. Well, I guess we're going now. Is that okay with you, Tokiwa? Kushina asked. Of course. Tokiwa said and stared at Naruto. Stop staring at me. It's weird. Naruto said and left. Sorry, but he has a thing about people staring at him. Kushina said. It's quite alright. Tokiwa said. Well, let's hit the road. Kushina said. Mission. Naruto, Tokiwa and Kushina were running through the trees of the Konoha forest to arrive at the dock in the Land of Waves, where they would catch a boat to take them to the Nadeshiko village. So, Tokiwa. Would you come all the way to Konoha for help? Wouldn't it be easier to ask one of the surrounding villages? Naruto asked. Well, we could have done that, the surrounding villages wanted too much from us that we simply couldn't afford at the moment, and I had some business with Jiraiya of the Sannin, but he was not in the village. Tokiwa said. Mind if I ask what business it was? Kushina asked. Not at all. In the Nadeshiko village, women from out village must go outside of the village to find men strong enough to defeat us, resulting in them being taken to the village to marry the Kunoichi they defeated. Jiraiya postponed the match with the former leader of our village, and they agreed that their student should finish the battle for them. I was there to ask him who his student was so they could do battle. Tokiwa said. Well, Jiraiya's student happens to be my husband, so the challenge is off. Actually, this is the first time I've heard about this, and I highly doubt Minato even knows about it. Kushina said. Actually, that's not true. Naruto said. Jiraiya has another student. Tokiwa asked. Yeah, and I highly doubt you want him anywhere near your village. It's my younger brother, Menma Uzumaki Namikaze. Naruto said. I forgot he was Jiraiya's student since he signed the road contract. Kushina said. I've met this Menma you speak of and I was not fond of him. No offense, Kushina. Tokiwa said. None taken. So, how are we going to settle this? You clearly know Menma isn't right for whoever this student is. Kushina said and Tokiwa looked at Naruto. Don't even think about it. I'm not even his student. Naruto said. If she were to challenge you then you really have no choice but to fight her. We're very persistent women. Takiwa said. Then it's a fight I'll lose on purpose. I'm not marrying anybody if it's not genuine love. So you and your village laws can kiss my ass. Naruto said and Takiwa blinked. Sorry. Naruto, apologize. Kushina said. Why? You were thinking the same thing. It's a village filled with women and she hasn't told us what happens should the child be a male if it's born. This village clearly wants women only inside the village, which makes me not even want to step foot into the damn place. Naruto said and Kushina looked at Takiwa. What happens if the baby is male? Kushina asked. We don't know. So far every child born has been female. The men are usually kicked out because they let their perverseness take over and try to wed multiple women from our village. Takiwa said. Am I even allowed in this village? Naruto asked. Yes, but you will undoubtedly be stared at all the time. Takiwa said. I'll just camp outside the village. Naruto said. No. You're coming into the village and that's final. Kushina said. Fine, but I want you to make it clear that nobody is to stare at me and nobody is to challenge me while I'm there since this is a mission I'm on. Naruto said. I'll mention it to the village leader. Takiwa said. It's better than nothing I suppose. Naruto said and went back to reading his book as they were jumping through the trees. How is he able to read while jumping through trees? Takiwa asked. No idea, but he does it somehow. Anyway, we're past the halfway point already to the land of waves. Are you okay with stopping for rest or would you like to keep going? Kushina asked. We can keep going. There should be one last boat that leaves in a few hours and that's the last one for about 3 days. Takiwa said. Alright. Naruto, we're upping the speed. Kushina said and Naruto just nodded as he was keeping up with them still. He's fast. Takiwa thought. Nadeshiko village. After traveling all the way to the land of waves in a day and getting on a boat for 3 days, Naruto, Kushina and Takiwa finally arrived at Nadeshiko village. The village was not how Naruto was expecting it to look at all. The village itself is positioned on 3 lightly forested, massive and steep hills, standing in a line with 2 bridges between them. The hills are situated within a lush forested valley in a mountainous region. In terms of construction the village seems to be similar to a stronghold or palace, with numerous walls, towers and brickwork being dominant features. Welcome to Nadeshiko village. Takiwa said. It's not what I was honestly expecting. I was thinking something a lot smaller than this. Kushina said. We get that a lot. This way please. We'll go to the leader of the village to introduce you and tell her about Naruto's request. Takiwa said. Of course. Kushina said and they followed her to a building. Lady Agisai, I have returned. Takiwa said, as she bowed and an elderly lady appeared. Yes, and who might these two be? Agisai asked. Kushina Uzumaki Namikaze and Naruto Uzumaki. They are my escorts and the help the Hokage has sent to deal with the bandits. Takiwa said. I see. Thank you for escorting her back to the village. Agisai said. No problem. Kushina said. Laddie, Naruto has a request he wants fulfilled unless he'll leave the village. Takiwa said. Let me hear it. Agisai said. Tell the women in this village to not stare at me and nobody is to challenge me for marriage. I don't like being stared at and I'll only marry somebody I actually love. Naruto said. I will make the announcement. However, we have a girl here around your age who may or may not follow you around and try to fight you. She's always looking to test her strength and since you're a complete stranger, you would be her primary target. Agisai said. Right. You sell dango here? Naruto asked. Yes. We have a dango shop here. Agisai said. Sweet. Naruto said and left. Sorry about him. First mission out of the village. Kushina said. Is he capable of handling himself? Agisai asked. Yes. We had him tested by one of the top jonin in our village and he even said Naruto was stronger than his entire team who have been going on missions as well as training into the ground every day for an entire year. Kushina said. Very well. Takiwa, quickly spread word of Naruto's request please. I don't want any issues to occur during his stay. Agisai said. Of course. Takiwa said and left. Lady Agisai, may I make a request? Kushina asked. Of course. It's only fair that I give you one. Agisai said. It's in regards to your student challenging Jireya's student. Kushina said. Takiwa must have told you about that. I'm listening. Agisai said. Well, one of Jireya's students happens to be my husband and I can already guess that this girl you warned Naruto about is your student. The thing is with recent discoveries about Jireya's other student who happens to be one of my children, I think it's best that you call off the challenge. Kushina said and Takiwa returned. Lady Agisai, I have spread the word. Takiwa said. Thank you. Now, Takiwa. Kushina has requested that I end this challenge with Master Jireya over our students fighting. Do you agree with this assessment? Agisai asked. Yes. Minato Namikaze is married to Kushina and her son Menma Uzumaki Namikaze, who happens to be Jireya's other student, is not someone we should risk leading the village. I've met this Menma Uzumaki Namikaze and he is not someone to be trusted. Takiwa said. I'll take it into consideration and you'll have my answer by the time you leave. Agisai said. Of course. Kushina said. Naruto. While he was walking around the village, Naruto was looking for the dango shop and he wasn't too surprised that people were staring at him. However, after time went by, people stopped staring at him and he was thankful that he could read in peace. He eventually found the dango shop and waited for his food which arrived quicker than he thought it would. As he was eating, he felt a chakra signature trying to creep up on him and he sighed. You don't have to sneak up on me. You can have a seat. Naruto said. How'd you know I was there? A girl asked as she sat down. You suck at hiding your chakra signature. Naruto said and ate some dango without taking his mask off. How'd you do that? The girl asked. Years of practice. You got a name? Naruto asked. I'm Shizuka. Shizuka said. Naruto. Naruto said. So, you're the one who had a request to not be stared at and challenged for marriage. Shizuka said. That's right. Dango. Naruto asked and offered her one. Sure. So, what brings you here anyway? Shizuka asked. I'm here to help take out the bandits that keep attacking. Naruto said. How? No offense, but you look like you just graduated like me. Shizuka said. I did, but I'm a lot more skilled than most chunin in my village. Naruto said. Are you the only one they sent? These bandits aren't strong, but they travel in large groups. Shizuka said. It's me and one of my jonin instructors. Naruto said. That's it? Just 2 people? Shizuka asked. 2 people who can turn themselves into an entire army if they needed to. Naruto said. I'll believe it when I see it. Shizuka said. Suit yourself. Naruto said and summoned Fenrir. Yo. Fenrir said and then looked at Shizuka. Is that a dog? Shizuka asked and Fenrir started howling at her. She already heard you talk. Naruto said. Right. I am not a dog. I am a wolf. Have you ever seen a dog with blood-red eyes? No. Fenrir said. Calm down. Naruto said. Would you summon me anyway? Fenrir asked. I bought dango. Naruto said. Awesome. Fenrir said and started to eat some. So, Naruto. Care for a spar after you're done? Shizuka asked. No. Naruto said and she pouted. Why not? Shizuka asked. Because I don't want to. Besides, we don't know when the bandits will attack so I don't want to get distracted. Naruto said and then a toad appeared. This is your summons as well? Shizuka asked. No. What do you want? Naruto asked. Minato has sent over 4 more C-rank delivery missions. The details are in this scroll. The toad said and coughed up a scroll before leaving, as if he couldn't just give these to us before we left. Naruto said and then an alarm went off in the village. They're here. Shizuka said. Alright. Time to dance. Naruto said and vanished in a swirl of flames. Cool. Shizuka said. Nadeshiko gates. Open up. We know you're in there. A bandit yelled as he banged on the gate. This could have gone so easily the last couple of times had you just given us what we wanted. Another bandit yelled. We even brought the boss with us this time to show you we ain't playing around anymore. A bandit yelled and Naruto appeared in front of them. Did you need something? Naruto asked. A kid? Who do they think we are? A bandit asked. A bunch of weaklings who are nothing more than an annoyance. Naruto said. At him? A bandit yelled and Naruto sighed. Why can't you guys just fall in love like normal people? Naruto asked. Naruto ducked out of the way from his sword taking his head off and unsealed 2 kunai, 1 from each of his hands, then jumped into the middle of the bandits. Naruto quickly started to take out the bandits one by one since they were really weak and he guessed they only had strength in numbers, preferring quantity over quality. Kushina, Takiwa and Shizuka arrived at the fight to help along with other members of the village, but they saw he had it under control. After taking out majority of the bandits, Naruto jumped back while going through hand signs to use the earth style. Devouring earth jutsu to control the stones as well as the rocks in the area to attack the bandits, forming several enormous jaws made out of the earth that swallowed and crushed the bandits. He resealed his kunai and sighed. You could have helped. Naruto said. You had it under control. Kushina said. Hey. A voice said. Naruto said. Who are you? Takiwa asked. The leader of these worthless bandits. I am Raham as I demand to have a battle with the student of the leader of this village. Raham said. You do realize that the student you're talking about is a 13-year-old girl, right? Kushina asked. As long as she's a ninja she's an adult. I can wait a few years for her to mature before I have my fun. Raham said and then screamed when he felt a certain body part removed. That's my son. Kushina thought as she secretly praised him. You really should go around bragging about being a pedophile and especially not in front of me. Let me check the bingo book. Your name sounds familiar. Ah. Here you are. Raham of the Sand. Became a missing nin after being caught for kidnapping and raping little kids in his village. Was rejected the rank of genin due to his behavior and only goes after children. You have a bounty for a couple thousand on your head and all I have to do is show proof of your head to the nearest bounty office. Naruto said and raised his sword. Have mercy. Raham yelled. Sorry, but you don't get mercy from me especially since I know you like to rape kids. Naruto said and swiftly removed his head from his body making Shizuka puke. So, I guess that's it. Kushina said. We've been dealing with them for so long and actually didn't realize that they had such little forces left. I apologize for wasting your time. Takiwa said. It's fine. This mission is mainly for him to gain experience anyway. That and I see Shizuka has taken a liking to him. Kushina said, as they watched Shizuka talk to Naruto with a huge blush since he took his mask off. I can't believe my mask was ripped. Naruto said. I can fix it for you if you'd like. Shizuka said. Really? Thanks. Naruto said and gave her the mask. Would you like some tea while you wait? Shizuka asked and he shrugged. Sure. Naruto said and she grabbed his hand leading him away. Should I set up a fight between them? Takiwa asked. No. I'd say just let it happen naturally. Kushina said as she watched them go back into the village. I suppose we should clean up before it gets too late. Takiwa said. I am not touching that. Kushina said as she pointed to the male anatomy on the ground. Naruto and Shizuka. You were really awesome back there. Shizuka said. Thanks. Naruto said. Why do you wear a mask anyway? Shizuka asked. Keeps me from breathing in smoke or dust and it's comfortable. Naruto said. Do you always wear a mask? Like everywhere you go? Shizuka asked. No. I take it off at home. Naruto said. I can see why only when you're at home. You're very handsome. Shizuka said. Thanks. You're pretty cute yourself. Naruto said and her face turned red. Thank you. So, why do you and your mother have different last names? Shizuka asked. I was banished from the Namikaze clan after my younger brother was chosen for clan heir, for reasons I'm not allowed to speak of. My younger sister was also named clan heir for the Uzumaki clan, but in Uzumaki can never be kicked out of the clan if they are passed over for clan heir. Naruto said. Do you even care? Shizuka asked. Not at all. I never really cared about being a clan heir, I just wanted to live my life and do what I wanted. Naruto said. What are your dreams for the future? My sensei asks me this all the time. Shizuka said. Establish peace, fall in love and have a family. Maybe travel the world and see what else is out there. What about you? Naruto asked. My dream is to find a man that loves me for me and not because of my village laws to easily take power from us. I just hate how we have to go out and find somebody who is stronger than us to have a family. It doesn't make sense at all. Like what if I fall in love with somebody who isn't a fighter? That would mean I can't marry him and I'll be stuck in a loveless marriage. Shizuka said. Have you ever thought about throwing the fight if you ever find the man you want to marry and he is weaker than you? Naruto asked. It's against the law. We must fight to our fullest capabilities in order to be certain and there will always be somebody watching the fight. Shizuka said. That sucks. Naruto said. Maybe you can help me. I challenge you and lose, which is believable. We get married and change the rules of my village. Shizuka said. I would, but I'm not a fan of the whole arranged marriage or fake marriage thing. Naruto said. Then what do I do? Shizuka asked. Well, you could always request a transfer to another village and get away from your village law. I mean it's not ideal to run away from your problems, but sometimes your happiness is more important and if you're close with the village leader, she might let you do it. Naruto said. Maybe, but I highly doubt it. Here, all done. Shizuka said and he just put another mask on. You can keep it. Naruto said and her jaw dropped. If you had one then why did you make me fix this one? Shizuka asked. I didn't make you do anything. You offered to fix it and I agreed. You could have easily chosen not to do that. Naruto said. Few days later, Kushina and Naruto stayed at the Nadeshiko village for a few extra days to help take out more bandits that would attack the village. Kushina made Naruto lead the way to give him a bit of experience in the field and he was impressive his first few times with minor mistakes. During that time Kushina noticed he spent every day with Shizuka to the point where it was weird seeing them not together in the village. The women in the village also took note of Shizuka always being around Naruto and took the time to tease her about it, making her blush every single time. The women in the village also chose not to challenge Naruto to a fight because he was too young for most of them and the rest of them didn't want to deal with an angry Shizuka. Alright. Time to head out and finish these last few missions. Lady Ajisai, Takiwa and Shizuka. It was an honor to meet you. Kushina said and bowed. Likewise. Takiwa said. I cannot thank you enough for all you've done to help us get rid of those bandits for good. I made sure to give a nice detailed report for you. Ajisai said. Thank you. Ready to go? Kushina asked. Let's do it. Naruto said and was pulled into a bone-crushing hug by Shizuka. You better write a letter or something to me or I'll find you and kick your ass. Shizuka said and Naruto chuckled. That will never happen, but I'll see what I can do. Naruto said and they separated. If you're done hugging your girlfriend now, I'd like to catch that boat so we don't have to wait another day for the next one. Kushina said and Shizuka turned bright red. Way to ruin the moment, sensei. Naruto said and walked away. Don't take that tone of voice with me. I heard the sarcasm in your voice. Kushina said and walked next to him making Shizuka sigh. What's the matter, Shizuka? Ajisai asked. There goes my friend. Shizuka said. You care about him, huh? Tokiwa asked. Yeah. I feel funny whenever he's around. Not in a bad way, but a good way. It's weird. Shizuka said and they looked at each other. Shizuka, that is called love. Asagi said. Really? Shizuka asked. Yes. Ajisai said. Even if it is love, it doesn't matter anyway. Shizuka said. Why doesn't it matter? Ajisai asked. Because I have to fight Jiraiya's student and that's why it doesn't matter. He won't even accept my challenge for his hand in marriage. He said he's not a fan of fake marriages or arranged marriages. Shizuka said. Actually, you don't have to fight Jiraiya's student for marriage. Certain circumstances have come up and the fight has been called off. Asagi said. So now I have to go look for somebody else to defeat me and be trapped in a loveless marriage? Shizuka asked. Not necessarily. Asagi said and Tokiwa pulled out a bag. What's this? Shizuka asked. This is a bag with all of your stuff in it. Tokiwa said. You're kicking me out, Shizuka asked. No. The most important thing to me other than this village is your happiness, and I know you are against the laws of the village. I've been in contact with the Hokage over the past few days, and he has agreed to let you join the Hidden Leaf village if you want to. I've been around many years and I can tell that you are meant to be with Naruto. The choice is yours. Ajisai said and pulled out a Konoha headband. Really? Shizuka asked. Yes. Kushina has even vouched for you as well, and they'll have an apartment set up for you if you choose to join their village. Ajisai said. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Shizuka said and put the Konoha headband on. Go get them. You can still catch up to them. Ajisai said and Shizuka gave both of them a hug. Thank you. I promise I'll write as soon as I can. Shizuka said and took off running. Think Naruto will return her feelings? Tokiwa asked. Absolutely. I've seen the way he let down his guard around her when they talked and according to Kushina, that's the most he's ever spoken to somebody other than herself. Ajisai said. Vote, huh? Naruto asked. That's right. Shizuka is officially a genin of the Hidden Leaf village. Kushina said. Aren't you excited? Shizuka asked. I guess. Naruto said and pulled out a book. Come on. Show a little emotion. We can be together forever. Shizuka said. I don't know. Forever sounds like a long time. Naruto said and she started to chase him around the boat. Are you kidding me? Do not play with me, Naruto Uzumaki. Shizuka yelled. Yup. This is going to be very interesting. Kushina said. Tell me about it. Naruto said. She's chasing a clone, isn't she? Kushina asked. Yup. I wonder how long it'll take her to figure that out. Naruto said. Since we've got a moment, where'd you get that sword? Kushina asked. Oh right. I didn't tell you about this, but that wolf pup is actually my summons now and he made it for me. The lightning is for my lightning chakra nature. Naruto said. You have 2 chakra natures? Kushina asked. 3. Earth, fire and lightning with lightning being my strongest. Naruto said. So, where's the wolf pup now? Kushina asked. His name is Fenrir and he's back at his summoning world. Naruto said. You mean to tell me all those times he stole my food he knew what he was doing? Kushina asked. Not really. He's a slow grower and I highly doubt he actually knew it route to take your food since you did leave it unattended. Anyway, he should be full size in a couple of years and if his mom is right, he'll be even bigger than her. Naruto said. It's a wolf. I don't think he'll be that big. Kushina said. The Forest of Death was barely able to cover his mother when I first met her and that's saying something given how big those trees are. Naruto said. That's a big wolf. Kushina said. I know. Naruto said. Anyway, back to your skills. Given everything I know so far and from what I've seen, you're clearly stronger than a Chunin. Maybe Jonin by now. Kushina said. Well, I wouldn't know. All of the rude Anbu I've dealt with were Chunin level shinobi based off of what I've seen from the village and I only look at the best Chunin we have. I just figured that I was a Chunin level ninja. Naruto said. You can take on a Jonin with Kinjutsu, 3 chakra natures, Taijutsu on par with a Hyuga who has been training longer than you, Jinjutsu is clearly something you're good at, gonna guess your Shuriken Jutsu is great since Mikoto trained you, and your Fuinjutsu can put almost everyone in this village other than myself, Jiraiya and your father to shame. You are also wearing resistance seals. I just listed all of that and you seriously thought you were a Chunin level shinobi? Kushina asked. I'm only 13 and I forgot about the resistance seals. Give me some slack. Naruto said and he was tackled. Gotcha. Shizuka yelled and Naruto went up in smoke. Nope. You got a shadow clone, again. Nice try. Naruto said and helped her up. Shizuka, I was just going over Naruto's skills and I was curious as to how strong you are. Kushina said. Not close to his level. I mean I know some Shuriken Jutsu, Taijutsu and Ninjutsu. I know my chakra nature and that's about it. Shizuka said. What's your chakra nature? Kushina asked. Wind. I know 2 wind ninjutsu, but that's about it so far. Shizuka said. That's fine. You'll be training with us from now on so I know you'll get stronger. You'll even be prepared for the Chunin exams once they come around. Kushina said. Chunin exams? Is Naruto competing in the Chunin exams? Shizuka asked. Oh, he has no choice. Kushina said. There goes a field promotion. Naruto mumbled. Will the people there like me? I mean, I'm basically new. Shizuka said. You'll be fine. Now, since you're with me and Naruto, you get to complete 4 C-rank delivery missions with us. They're pretty simple since all of them are in the Land of Fire. One is in Shukuba town and the other 3 are in Tenzaku quarters. Shouldn't take us longer than a week to complete these and then we go to Konoha. Kushina said. This doesn't mean I have to do D-rank missions now that she's here, does it? Naruto asked. No. Shizuka, you'll have to stay with the rest of the team to complete D-rank missions before you officially can do C-rank missions. Kushina said. What's a D-rank mission? We didn't have those in Nadeshiko. Shizuka said. It's dog walking, grocery shopping, cleaning the Inyazuka clan kennels, painting fences, picking weeds, and a lot more shit that people besides the elderly can do by themselves, but they're too damn lazy to do it. Naruto said and Kushina popped him upside the head. Hey. Kushina said. What? That's how Mikoto said you described it and it's kind of hypocritical to hit me for doing the same thing you did. Naruto said. Do as I say and not as I do. Kushina said. I did as you said. Those were the words you said. Naruto said and Kushina's eye twitched. Smartest. Kushina said. Oh man. That sounds so boring. I don't want to do that. Shizuka said. Sorry, but those are the rules. You need to complete at least 20 of them before going out on a C-rank mission and given our team, that might take a while. Team 7 has a chemistry problem, so they have to do lots of team bonding exercises. Kushina said. Oh man. How much have you done, Naruto? Shizuka asked. I've done over 100 D-rank missions before I became a genin, because I was technically someone's apprentice before things happened. Which reminds me. Minato still hasn't paid me my money for those missions. Naruto said. You do realize that's a lot of money, right? Kushina asked. Yes, and the money will go towards my ninja supplies. Naruto said. How much stuff do you order? Kushina asked. It's a lot. I ordered chakra conducting ninja tools for me to use, and they cost more. Naruto said. That's right. Where do you get them from? Kushina asked. That girl with the 2 buns in her head dragged me in her father's store to buy something so she could leave and told me they made chakra conducting ninja tools. Naruto said. Excuse me, what about me? Shizuka asked. Sheesh. The temper on her is ridiculous. Feel bad for whoever ends up with her in the future. Kushina thought and Naruto felt a shiver go down his spine. The hell was that about? I never shiver. Naruto thought. We'll talk about this later. Anyway, 20 D ranks and then you can do a C rank mission. Kushina said. Don't worry. I know a secret way to complete them quickly. Naruto said. How? Tell me. Shizuka said and shook him. Easy. I can make plenty of shadow clones and have them turn into you. When you go to the missions office, just grab 20 missions which they'll let you do because they just keep piling up and then we get all 20 done by the end of the day. Naruto said. That's cheating. Shizuka said. It's not against the rules. I mean technically you need a team member to help you with a D-rank mission and that's what I'm doing. Naruto said. I wish I thought of that. Kushina said. 2 weeks later, Naruto, Kushina and Shizuka spent the last 2 weeks doing their C-rank delivery missions and it only took an extra week because Kushina wanted to take a vacation of sorts. Naruto was the lead on the C-ranks which he didn't mind since he was able to tell Kushina what to do and what child wouldn't want to boss their parents around. Shizuka was just happy to see the Land of Fire for the first time and visit the nice spots she's heard of from the other women back in Nadeshiko. We're back. Kushina said as they entered Minato's office. 2 weeks. It should have taken you a week at most to complete the extra missions. What happened? Minato asked. Well, since we have a new shinobi joining our village who isn't used to being around the Land of Fire's environment, we had to go slower than usual to make sure she didn't trigger any traps we have laid around. We also had to wait a few days to deliver one of our packages because one of the people we were looking for decided to go out for a vacation and we all know you hate when missions get returned incomplete. Naruto said. Is that true, Kushina? Minato asked. Absolutely. Kushina said, and when Minato closed his eyes she discreetly gave Naruto a fist bump. Okay. I'll have your pay sent to you by the end of the day. Minato said. Mine better include the pay for all of my D-rank missions I did before becoming a genin. Naruto said. It will. You didn't realize it, but that's about 7 million ryo you were getting back. Minato said. Sweet. Naruto said. Now, Shizuka. Everything is set for you to start being a ninja for this village. Just do your best, that's all I ask. Minato said. I will. Shizuka said. Here is the address for your new apartment and the key as well. Minato said as he handed it to her. Nice. Come on, Naruto. Let's go see my apartment and then you can take me shopping. I need new clothes. Shizuka said and walked out. Why do I have to take her shopping? Naruto asked. Hurry up. Shizuka yelled. I'd go if I were you. Yelling is just the beginning. Kushina said. Don't make me say or repeat myself. Shizuka yelled. Shut up or I won't take you. Naruto yelled, and then it was silent. Bad move. Minato thought and Shizuka walked back into the office glaring at Naruto. Care to repeat that? Shizuka asked. Yeah. I said shut up or I won't take you. I know you heard me and I am not joking around. Naruto said. You wouldn't do that to me, would you? Shizuka asked and gave him the puppy dog look. She's got him now. Minato thought. He's done for. That look never fails. Kushina thought. Yes. I would. Naruto said and walked away reading a book. Why didn't that work? It always works. Shizuka said and even Kushina was stunned. She's right. It always works. Kushina thought. I have just witnessed history. For the first time in my life, the puppy dog eyes failed to work. Wait until I tell Chaozu, Inoichi and Shikaku about this. Minato thought. You better go after him. He's hard to track down once you lose him. Kushina said and Shizuka ran out of the room. She's the one who was supposed to challenge Menma. Minato asked. Yup. Your sensei has some explaining to do. Speaking of Menma, how's he been? Kushina asked. Bad. Team 7 fails all D ranks missions which is literally impossible thanks to him. It's been an entire month and they've only completed 2 D rank missions. Minato said. How many did they attempt to do? Kushina asked. 15 and the 13 failures were because of Menma berating the client. Sasuke at least does the missions and complains after they're done. Sakura complains while doing them because she's basically like Ino and Narumi just doesn't care what the mission is since it's one step closer to becoming Hokage. I'm still not seeing how he turned out like this. I mean we did everything we could to prevent this. Minato said. What have the Anbu discovered? Kushina asked. He treats everybody like that and civilians are pushing for him to be suspended which I don't have a choice to do now. Minato said. How long is the suspension? Kushina asked. It's still 30 days for the first suspension. Minato said. He hates Naruto, believes power is the only thing that matters, and he's disobedient to those in power if it's not him. I can honestly see why Naruto compared him to Danzo. Kushina said. Do you think the Nine Tails chakra is causing this? Minato asked. No. The Nine Tails chakra has to be active in order for that to happen, since it feeds on negative emotions. I think this is just how Menma is. Kushina said. I'll deal with it tomorrow. You can go home and I'll be there later tonight. Minato said. Sure. What do you want for dinner? Kushina asked. I'll eat whatever you cook. Minato said and Kushina left. While all of this was going on, Shizuka was dragging Naruto to every store she could find and he was thankful for high stamina as well his ability to use shadow clones. Eventually she had enough and Naruto had to create 100 shadow clones, which was a lot considering her apartment wasn't that much bigger than his own. Imagine her surprise when he went across the hall after helping her set everything up in her apartment. Shizuka had a feeling she was going to like living in Konoha, but more importantly she was going to like Naruto even more. 3 months passed since Naruto became an official ninja and things were sort of on the up for him. He mainly did C and B rank missions with Kushina or Kakashi since they would rotate out with one another. His leadership earned him the captain of Team 7 which he really didn't want since he knew only 2 people would actually listen being Narumi and Shizuka. While he was captain, he was in charge of D rank mission assignments given out, so he tried to be fair with the assignments, but he couldn't make everybody happy. Under his leadership, Team 7 was able to complete the 20 recommended D rank missions, while Menma was suspended, but their teamwork still sucked mainly due to Sasuke not wanting to work with anybody and Sakura usually following him in what he does. Training-wise he didn't do as much as he wanted to because he was paired up with helping Shizuka get up to speed on everything. He was mainly showing her around the village and letting her know people to avoid, mainly Danzo. He also told her about the clans Konoha had and where they stayed. Shizuka saw an increase in her skills training with Kushina or Naruto, and it was better than she thought. While she was stronger than Sakura and Menma, she wasn't as strong as Narumi or Sasuke. Her Taijutsu increased, her speed increased, her ninjutsu arsenal grew a bit, and her shuriken jutsu was only second to Naruto. While she knew just 2 wind jutsus before, she now knew 5 of them and used them to boost the power of her shuriken jutsu. She was able to break out of some B rank ninjutsu and cast only up to a C rank ninjutsu which she rarely uses. While Naruto wasn't out on missions or with his team, you could usually find him talking with Shizuka, and most people found it odd how the new girl was able to get close to him while not understanding that they always isolated him from everything. Shizuka herself could really only get along with Narumi, and that's mainly because she would also hang out with her and Naruto. Hiba was always drooling over Shizuka because she was a lot more developed in the chest area than every girl their age and would constantly ask her out for a date, but she'd reject him. Sakura and Ino were annoying fangirls which she couldn't stand, so she kept her distance whenever they were around since all they talked about was Sasuke which led to an argument all the time. Shikamaru was too lazy for her to even have a conversation with, and Choji spat food on her once while they were talking because he couldn't stop eating for 2 seconds, resulting in her nearly killing him. She didn't talk to Shino because he creeped her out. Hinata was a different story, and she had the feeling that the shy Hyuga didn't like her. Sasuke and Menma were both the worst in her opinion. Both of them were arrogant, only wanted power, and while Sasuke wasn't like this, Menma basically claimed her as his to help rebuild the Namikaze clan, which she quickly pointed out couldn't be reborn because it was never a clan until Minato became Hokage. Alright, guys. That's it for the day. Kakashi said. You did better than last time I guess, but your teamwork needs improvement. It can't be Naruto, Narumi and Shizuka always working together only for you three to mess it up. Kushina said. This is pointless anyway. What good is teamwork when half the team doesn't even get along? We might as well be a separate team. Narumi said. Yeah. Even after my first day I could tell this wouldn't work. Shizuka said, as she had her head resting on Naruto's lap. Sorry, but we have to stick together. There's only 10 teams and this year all teams managed to pass their initiation test. Kakashi said. However, I did some thinking and I've come up with a solution. We'll do a C-rank mission each and go from there. We'll split the team up into 2 groups. I'll take Menma, Sasuke and Sakura out for a C-rank mission, while Kakashi takes the others. Kushina said. Yes. It's about time I get to show off my skills. Menma said. And show off what you don't have. Sasuke said. You want to go right now? Menma yelled. It's pointless. Sasuke said. See? Even Sasuke notices my skills. He's too afraid to fight me. Menma said. It's pointless because it would be a waste of my time fighting a weakling such as yourself. Beating you does nothing for me and won't help me get to him. Sasuke said and Menma went to attack Sasuke, but Kushina held him down with her chakra chains. I hope this mission idea fixes Menma. Kushina thought. What mission are we doing tomorrow, Kakashi? Shizuka asked. We'll figure one out tomorrow. Kakashi said. Shouldn't we all stick together on our first C-rank mission? Sakura asked. That's what we're doing. You, Menma, Narumi and Sasuke have never been on a C-rank mission, but we want to keep the teams even so Narumi will go with them. Kushina said. Sounds fair to me. Shizuka said. Nobody asked you. Sakura said. Nobody asked for you to have an annoying voice yet you do. Shizuka said. Naruto, how do you feel about all of this? You are the team captain after all. Kakashi said. I don't really care. Naruto said, as he was writing. That wouldn't happen to be what I think it is it? Kakashi asked. If you're talking about the second volume, then yes it is. Naruto said. How much for an early copy? Kakashi asked. Just go to the bookstore and sign up for the early release. Last time I checked there were only 3 spots left. Naruto said. He's already gone. Shizuka said. Of course he is. Naruto said. Alright. Training is over and we will do our missions tomorrow. Meet us here at 8 AM. Enjoy the rest of your day. Kushina said. Later. Menma said and left. Narumi, I'm headed to grab Ino for lunch. Wanna come with? Sakura asked. Can't. I promised Hinata I'd hang out with her today. Narumi said. Oh. Maybe next time then. Sakura said, as they left as Sasuke just walked away. So, lovebirds. What do you two have planned for the rest of the day? Kushina asked and Shizuka still blushed. I need to get some new kunai and shuriken. Shizuka said. This is what happens when you spend your money on pointless items instead of what you need. Naruto said. Shush. Maybe I'll get some trench knives like that chainsmaker I saw a few weeks ago. Shizuka said and Kushina laughed. You mean Asuma? Kushina asked. Yeah. Him. Shizuka said. What about you, Naruto? Kushina asked. I want to show you and Minato something that I discovered last week. Naruto said, and then Minato appeared. Okay. I'm here. What was so important that you needed to show me? Minato asked. Follow me. I'll see you later Shizuka. Naruto said and they vanished. Unknown area, where are we? Kushina asked. Just be quiet and completely hide your chakra signature. Naruto said and they did. I've never seen this part of Konoha before. Minato said. That's because it's protected by a powerful Genjutsu seal that I can't find. Naruto said and stopped walking. What is it? Kushina asked. Look. Naruto said. Minato and Kushina looked up to see Menma training vigorously showing skills nobody knows about. They were amazed at how good he actually was, but his skills held a dark secret that only Naruto knew. He recognized Menma's fighting style as soon as he saw it, and now they have a huge problem on their hands. They watched Menma train for about 2 hours before they all left. Hokage office. I can't believe it. That's Menma. Minato asked. He's good. He's just as good as Sasuke and Narumi. Kushina said. You obviously showed us that for a reason. What was it? Minato asked. You don't recognize those movements do you? Naruto asked. No. I've never seen them before. Minato said. They look a bit familiar to me, but I don't know why. Kushina said. The reason they look so familiar to you is because Menma is being trained by Danzo. Naruto said. Impossible. Menma doesn't even know Danzo. Minato said. The proof is right in front of you. I know that fighting style anywhere since I've been dealing with Root Anbu for years and they all fought the same. Naruto said. Let's say I believe you. Why would Danzo go after Menma? Minato asked. Because of him. Kushina said and pointed at Naruto. Exactly. Danzo knew he couldn't get me to join him, so his Root Anbu changed how they came after me. It was no longer to capture me, it was to kill me. Menma was the easier target and Danzo got to him. Their ideals are the exact same, and Menma has always hinted that he just wants power since he was a little kid. Naruto said. So, what do we do now? Kushina asked. He hasn't exactly done anything wrong. We can't just confront him about this either. Minato said. That's not true. You ever wondered why your Anbu kept ending up in the hospital that were sent to tail him? He knew they were following him and ordered the Root Anbu that are always close to him to take them out. I'm the one taking them to the hospital. Naruto said. What should I do? Minato asked. Give him what he wants the most besides power. Naruto said. What's that? Minato asked. He clearly wants me dead and wants it bad. Naruto said. No. I am not doing that. It's too dangerous with the 9 tails inside of him. You're strong, but the 9 tails chakra is something else. Minato said. I can handle the 9 tails chakra. Naruto said. Your Fuinjutsu isn't at that level yet, Naruto. Kushina said. I'm not talking about a seal. Naruto said. And how? Without a seal or Kushina's chains, you don't stand a chance. Minato said. Yes I do. Naruto said and revealed his Sharingan. What? How? Minato and Kushina yelled. The combination of the 9 tails and Mikoto. Mikoto gave me a blood transfusion when I was 5 after being beaten in an alley, and the 9 tails used what little power he had to change my DNA around a bit and gifted me with a chance to unlock the Sharingan. Coincidentally, it unlocked when I unlocked my chakra on our 5th birthday. Nobody knows I have it except for you two. Naruto said. You have the Sharingan. Minato said. I know. Naruto said. That's how you defeated the Root Anbu. Kushina said. Exactly, but Danzo doesn't know about my Sharingan because every Root Anbu he sent after me never made it back alive. Naruto said. Okay. We'll talk about that more later. The only way you and Menma will even fight is at the Chunin exams, and that's a hard maybe. Everything is random in the Chunin exams. Minato said. There's also the chance he could throw the Chunin exams as well. Kushina said. Then give me a mission. Naruto said. What mission? Minato asked. The moment he slips up or tries to betray the village, I'll take him out. Naruto said and Kushina gasped. Minato. No. Kushina said and Minato sighed. Is this really the only way? Minato asked. Yes and deep down you know that. I get that he's my brother and everything, but come on. He openly showed signs of being able to betray the village if he was given the opportunity. Naruto said. Minato, please. Kushina said. I won't make my decision now. I'll have to see what his actions are first before I do anything. There's still a chance he can turn around and stop his madness. Until then we all act normal. Minato said. You're the boss. Naruto said and vanished. Next day. Alright, Team 7 reporting for duty. Hurry up and give us a C-rank mission. Menma said and Minato just stared at him. Lord Hokage. Sakura said, as Minato was silent. Minato. Kushina yelled. Oh. Sorry, just had a lot on my mind. What kind of mission are you looking for again? Minato asked. I'm taking Menma, Sakura and Sasuke out on a C-rank mission. Something simple. Kushina said and Minato nodded. Here you go. An escort mission to Tonika village. You have an hour to meet the client at the gate. Minato said and Kushina nodded. Alright you three. Get ready for a 2-week mission and be at the gate in 45 minutes. Kushina said and they left. Kakashi, what will you do? Minato asked. Another C rank for them as well. Kakashi said. Very well. I'll give you an escort mission as well. Send in the client. Minato said and then a drunk man came into the room. What the? Well, if it isn't Naruto. The man said. Of course you'd show up drunk, Tazuna. Naruto said. You know each other? Kakashi asked. Yeah. Bumped into him on our way to Nadeshiko. Had to catch a boat from Wave to get there. How's the bridge going? Naruto asked. Slow. Lost a few workers, but I'm going to finish that bridge no matter what. Tazuna said. I see. Naruto said. I'm Tazuna as you heard and I must return to my country. I expect you to get me there safely. Tazuna said. This is just an escort mission to Wave and shouldn't take longer than 2 weeks. If you have any problems, Narumi knows how to contact me. Minato said. Konoha Forest. Say, Mr. Tazuna. Narumi asked. What is it? Tazuna asked. Your country is the land of waves, right? Narumi asked. Yeah. What of it? Tazuna asked. There are ninja in that country too, right? Narumi asked and Kakashi spoke up. No, there are no ninja in the land of waves. In other countries there are hidden villages each with their own customs and cultures where ninja reside. Kakashi said. Like where I'm from. Sure, Nadeshiko is an all-woman village, but there are ninja there to protect the village and help out other smaller villages. Shizuka said. Exactly. On this continent, shinobi villages mean strength, military strength. In other words, that's how they protect themselves and maintain the balance of power with neighboring countries. The ninja villages aren't controlled by any government. They're independent and have equal status. Now a small island like the Land of Waves has natural protection from the sea, so there's no need for a ninja village. Kakashi said. So then we won't have to fight anybody, since the Land of Waves is technically neutral, I guess you can say. Narumi said. Correct. There are no ninja battles in C-rank missions like this one, so you can relax. Kakashi say. We're not going to run into any foreign enemy ninja or anything like that, right? Narumi asked. Not likely. Kakashi said. Izuna is just a regular old man who builds bridges and fixes things for a living. It would be a waste of time really if any ninja were to come after him. Shizuka said, as they passed a puddle on the ground. What? Kakashi asked, as two men jumped out and tied him up with chains before ripping him to pieces. Now it's your turn. One of them said. Narumi and Shizuka both froze up as the two men ran at them. Naruto acted quickly and took them out with ease. One was stabbed through the heart and the other had his head removed from his shoulders. That's when Kakashi appeared and looked around. You could have left one alive to interrogate. Kakashi said. I thought you died, Kakashi-sensei. Narumi said. Nope. Substitution jutsu. Now why were they after us? Kakashi asked and looked at Tazuna. You might as well tell him, Tazuna. Naruto said. Let's get to the small boat that will take us to Wave first and then I'll tell you everything. Tazuna said. Boat. This fog is so thick. You can't see anything. Narumi said. The bridge isn't far now. Our destination's just ahead. The boat rower said, and then they saw a huge bridge. Whoa. Is that the bridge you're building? Narumi asked. Yup. Tazuna said. It's huge. Narumi said. Alright, Tazuna. Talk. Kakashi said. The one who is after my life is a very short man who casts a very long and deadly shadow. Tazuna said. Who is it? Kakashi asked. You know him. At least, I'm sure you've heard his name before. He's one of the wealthiest men in the world. The shipping magnate, Gato. Tazuna said. Huh? Gato? Of Gato Transport. He's a business leader. Everyone knows him. Kakashi said. Who is that? Shizuka asked. Gato is a very powerful tycoon from a famous shipping company, but with the same ruthless methods he uses to take over businesses and nations. He sells drugs and contraband using gangs and ninja. It was 1 year ago when Gato first set his sight on the Land of Waves. He used his vast wealth to take total control of our transport and shipping. Anyone who tried to stand in his way simply disappeared. In an island nation, a man who controls the sea controls everything. Finance, government, even our very lives, but there's one thing he fears, the bridge. When it is complete it will join us to the land and that will break his control. I am the bridge builder. Tazuna said. Since you're in charge of the bridge, you're standing in his way. Then that also means those ninjas from the forest were working for Gato. Shizuka said. I don't understand. If you knew he was dangerous, knew he'd send ninja to eliminate you, why did you hide that from us? Kakashi asked. Because he couldn't afford anything higher than a C-rank mission. The Land of Waves is a dump now thanks to Gato, and he's bleeding them dry of all their money. If they can't ship out their goods or receive anything because of him, then this is what happens. The Land of Waves was already small to begin with, and adding somebody like Gato into the mix just spells disaster. Naruto said. Is that true? Kakashi asked. Yes. It's so bad that even the nobles have very little money and the people helping with the bridge can't afford an A or B ranked mission. It's too expensive. If you drop me off at shore and decide to end the mission, they will assassinate me before I get home, but don't worry about that. Of course my sweet little grandson will be upset. He'll cry. Tazuna said. Enough with trying to guilt trip us. We're still doing the mission. Naruto said. Yeah. We'll kick this guy's ass. Shizuka said and they arrived at the dock. That's as far as I go. Good luck. The boatman said. Right. Thank you for taking such a risk. Tazuna said. Just be careful. The man said. Okay. Take me home. Tazuna said. Right. Kakashi said. The next ninja they send won't be Chunin, they'll be Jonin, elite ninja with deadly skills. While Naruto is fully capable of handling himself, I worry about Shizuka and Narumi. Kakashi thought and they kept walking. No wonder the demon brothers failed their mission and never returned. It's the copy ninja from the Hidden Leaf village. Sharingan Kakashi. A man in the trees thought before vanishing. Get down. Kakashi yelled, and everyone ducked except Naruto as a giant sword embedded itself inside of a tree. The Kubikirabacho. Zabuza Mamachi. Naruto thought. Who is this guy? Narumi thought. Hey. Watch where you're throwing your sword. You almost took my head off. Shizuka said. That was the general idea, Shizuka. Zabuza Mamachi. Nice to meet you in person. Naruto said. I see the little kid did his homework. Zabuza said. It's not hard to figure out who you are. You're the only person that walks around carrying a big-ass sword on your back. Naruto said and unsealed his sword. Naruto, get back. He's not like those other ninja. He's in a whole other league and you're not ready to face someone like him just yet. If he's our opponent, I'll need this. Kakashi said and grabbed his headband. Sharingan Kakashi. Did I get that right? It's too bad, huh? You'll have to hand over the old man. Zabuza said. Not going to happen. You three, triangle formation. Protect the bridge builder and stay out of this fight. It's time you use your teamwork. Kakashi said and revealed his Sharingan eye. Well, looks like I get to see the Sharingan in action. This is an honor. Zabuza said. What's the Sharingan? Shizuka asked. It's the Kekkei Genkai of the Uchiha clan and one of the most powerful Kekkei Genkai known to man. It resides in the eyes. It's a Dijutsu that can instantly see and comprehend any Genjutsu, Ninjutsu or Taijutsu and allows you to come up with the perfect counter before the attack hits. It can also analyze an opponent's technique and then copy it to the smallest detail. Naruto said. You got it right, boy. As for you, Jonin. In the assassination unit of the Hidden Mist, we had a standing order to destroy you on sight. Your profile was in our bingo book. It called you the man who copied over 1000 jutsu. Copy ninja, Kakashi. Zabuza said. What? Over 1000 jutsus? That's insane. Narumi said. Enough talk. I need to exterminate the old man now. Zabuza said. Sorry, but that's not going to happen. Kakashi said. So I'll have to eliminate you first, Kakashi. So be it. Zabuza said and then appeared on the water. He's over there on the water. Narumi said. Ninja art. Hidden mist jutsu. A thick layer of mist that nobody could see through appeared around the area and Zabuza pretty much disappeared. Naruto knew exactly where he was, but he also found someone else hiding in the tree. Narumi was barely able to Shizuka and signaled for them to blow away the mist, so they both used the wind style. Great breakthrough. The mist was gone, but everyone noticed Naruto was also gone and thought Zabuza got to him. The person up in the tree was looking around and reached for something until a kunai was at their throat. Don't even think about it. Naruto said and noticed the person was wearing a hunter ninja outfit. You're interfering with my mission to kill Zabuza. The ninja said. I sensed the two of you together long before we even got here. Naruto said and kicked the ninja out of the tree towards the others. What the? Who is that? Shizuka asked. A hidden mist hunter ninja. Kakashi said. No. Whoever this is, works with Zabuza. I sensed both of them together before we got here and whoever this is, must be Zabuza's backup in case things go wrong. Naruto said and Zabuza gritted his teeth. This kid was able to sense us miles away. That's impossible. I know for a fact that our chakra signatures were completely hidden. Zabuza thought. Hey, kid. What's your name? Zabuza asked. Naruto Uzumaki. Naruto said. We're leaving. Zabuza said. Huh? Why? The hunter ninja asked. Dealing with Kakashi is bad enough and it would take everything I've got to defeat him or we'd both possibly die at the end of our battle. That kid is clearly at your level of skill and possibly better. We need to regroup and come up with another plan. Zabuza said and they both vanished. Narumi said. What was that? Shizuka asked. That was a smart ninja logically thinking about the situation. Let's get to Tazuna's house quickly. Kakashi said. Tazuna's home. Tsunami. I'm back. Tazuna said. A woman with long blue-colored hair came rushing to the door and gave him a hug. She wore a short-sleeved pink shirt with the end of the sleeves and the collar being red. She also was wearing a long blue skirt. I was so worried, father. I thought Gato and his men got to you. Tsunami said. Almost, but once this new guy saw Naruto, he took his partner and ran away. They'll be back, but I'm sure these ninja can handle them. Tazuna said. Why are you lying to them? Nobody can defeat Gato. He's too powerful. They'll just get killed. A little boy said. Inari, these are ninjas who protected me to get back home. Tazuna said. I'm going for a walk. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Naruto said. Where are you going? Kakashi asked. I'm going to end this tonight. Naruto said. Shouldn't we all go with you then? Shizuka asked. No, because I'm about to make a deal. Naruto said. With who? Kakashi asked. Zabuza and his friend. Naruto said. What? Everyone yelled. There's no way Zabuza is working with someone like Gato unless he's supposed to get something in return which most likely is money and I know for a fact that Zabuza probably charges a lot. There's no way somebody like Gato would even think about paying Zabuza. I'm sure I can match whatever Zabuza is owed and possibly offer him more to take out Gato and his goons with me. Naruto said. You'll need backup. Kakashi said. No offense, but it'll go easier if I go alone. That way he won't think I'm setting him up or we're there to attack him. Naruto said and Kakashi sighed. You have until morning to report back or we're coming to look for you. Kakashi said. Gato might be dead by then. Naruto said and vanished. Forest. Naruto was running through the forest with his chakra signature hidden on his way to where he felt Zabuza's chakra and along the way, he'd take out bandits attacking villagers. Each of their deaths were quick, and he told the people he saved to tell the rest of the village that Gato would be dead by the morning. When he finally reached the area he felt Zabuza's chakra and he simply walked inside the hideout to see Zabuza sitting on a couch. "Zabuza," Naruto said and dodged some senbon needles. "You've got a lot of guts coming here by yourself, kid. You know I can easily kill you," Zabuza said. "I know, and that's why I came by myself to show that I'm not here for a fight," Naruto said. "How'd you even find this place?" the hunter nin asked. "I can sense chakra signatures over a vast distance, and you didn't exactly try to hide yours," Naruto said. "What do you want?" Zabuza asked. "I'm here to make a deal with you. How much is Gato supposed to pay you for killing the bridge builder?" Naruto asked. "What makes you think I'm doing this for money?" Zabuza asked. "Because I know you'd never work for him willingly and you're a mercenary ninja," Naruto said. "He's paying me 3 million ryo to kill him," Zabuza said. "I'll pay you double to help me take him out along with his other bandits and guards," Naruto said. "You really expect me to believe you have 6 million ryo to give me? Forget it, kid," Zabuza said, and Naruto unsealed 5 huge bags of money from a scroll. "That's 3 million right there. Help me out and you'll get the other 3 when we're finished along with whatever you want from his hideout," Naruto said. "Haku, what do you think?" Zabuza asked. "We need to see the full payment," Haku said, and Naruto unsealed more money. "Do we have a deal?" Naruto asked, and Zabuza thought about it. "Who else is coming?" Zabuza asked. "Just us 3. The others here would have caused things to be too tense for this to be a simple job," Naruto said. "Let's move out," Zabuza said, and all of them vanished. Gato's hideout. It was a normal relaxing night at Gato's hideout with him counting his money and letting his men have fun with the women they took from the village, but they weren't having any luck because the women remained strong and kept fighting them off. Everyone was drunk and enjoying themselves inside, but outside was a completely different story. While they were standing guard, mist started to form around to the point where they couldn't see anything, and then one by one, each of the 20 guards outside the hideout met their deaths. The mist cleared out, revealing Naruto, Zabuza and Haku standing over the dead bodies. "Remember the plan?" Naruto said. Yeah. Go in, kill the bandits inside, free the women and kill Gato. After that we raid the building before you blow it up," Zabuza said. "Let's do it," Naruto said and kicked the door in. "Hey, who are you?" a bandit asked. "Your death," Zabuza said. "At him," a bandit yelled. All hell broke loose as Zabuza jumped into action, cutting anything moving with the Kubikirabacho, and Naruto wasn't too far behind him with his own sword. Haku meanwhile stood back and provided long-distance help by taking out bandits with accurate senbon made of ice to instantly kill them. Eventually more and more bandits came until they were all dead. "Haku, go free the prisoners. Me and Naruto will handle the rest," Zabuza said. "Of course," Haku said and left. "Ready to kill him?" Zabuza asked as they found Gato's office. "Sure," Naruto said, and Zabuza cut the door down. "What the hell?" "Zabuza, what are you doing?" Gato asked. "Ending your life," Zabuza said and pointed his sword at his neck. "First, I want you to sign your company over to me right now," Naruto said and used a Sharingan Genjutsu to control him. "Anything you say," Gato said and signed the company over to Naruto. "He's all yours, Zabuza," Naruto said, and Zabuza swiftly removed Gato's head. "That felt so good," Zabuza said, and Naruto cut open a safe filled with money as well as weapons. "He had all of this, and I guarantee he didn't know what to do with any of it," Naruto said. "The people can have the money. I just want the weapons and jutsu scrolls," Zabuza said. "You don't want the money? Why not?" Naruto asked. 6 million ryo is more than enough for the cause," Zabuza said. "What cause?" Naruto asked. "A civil war in the Hidden Mist village. It's between those with a Kekkei Genkai and those without one, also called the Loyalists. They are loyal to the 4th Mizukage and agree that all Kekkei Genkai users should be killed. I'm supporting the rebellion army with the help of a lady by the name of May Terum Plus, and I was only made into a rogue ninja because the day I was going to kill the Mizukage, someone told him of my plan, and I had no choice other than to flee. That's when I met Haku, and together we were doing jobs to raise money to help fund our cause. Keep this information to yourself," Zabuza said. "Of course, and if your side ever needs help, send a message to the Hokage and I'll help," Naruto said. "That won't be necessary," Zabuza said, and they started to separate through the jutsus. "What the hell was he going to do with ice, boil and lava ninjutsu scrolls?" Naruto asked. "I'll take those." Haku uses ice ninjutsu, and May Terum Plus uses boil as well as lava ninjutsu, Zabuza said, and took them. "Seal them up in this. It's the scroll with your money in it," Naruto said and tossed him a scroll. "Thanks. Here, take this," Zabuza said and tossed him a large scroll. "What is it?" Naruto asked. "It's a rare form of earth ninjutsu called crystal release. If your earth chakra nature is strong enough, you should be able to manipulate the crystals in the ground. I saw you using earth ninjutsu outside, so don't look too surprised," Zabuza said, and Haku met up with them. "Everyone is out of the hideout." They were mainly women, and some of them had children with them. Haku said. Then it's a good thing everyone here is dead. Naruto said, as he sealed up all of the money. Let's get out of here. Zabuza said and they left village. It was early in the morning for the people who were still sleeping when all of a sudden a huge explosion was heard and everyone woke up. They met on the incomplete bridge and saw that Gato's hideout was going up in flames. Kakashi, Narumi and Shizuka were standing in front of everyone waiting for whoever blew up the hideout. Eventually they saw Naruto returning with everyone that was taken from the village carrying something in his hand. He stopped in front of the group gathered on the bridge and Kakashi spoke up. Well? How'd it go? Kakashi asked. I come with multiple gifts, but a huge one for all of the people of Wave. Naruto said and tossed Gato's head on the ground. We're free. We're free. Tazuna yelled and the people of Wave started celebrating. Where's Zabuza and his partner? Kakashi asked. They're gone. They went about their business. Oh, and before I forget, Tazuna. Here. Naruto said and tossed him a large scroll. What is it? Tazuna asked. All the money from Gato's safe. Naruto said and released a pulse of chakra making the money come out. That's a lot of money. Shizuka said. I know. I wish I went on that heist now. Narumi said. But this money and Gato gone, we'll be back on our feet by the end of the year. Tazuna said. I'm not that skilled, but I have a bit of medical knowledge so I can check on the women who were being held captive. Naruto said. I can't thank you enough for this, Naruto. How can I ever repay you? Tazuna asked. You can pay me back by finishing this bridge. Naruto said. We'll get started first thing tomorrow. Today we celebrate. Tazuna said and everyone cheered. 2 weeks later, the people of Wave along with the help of Team 7 finished the bridge and even built a statue of Naruto, Zabuza and Haku in the center of the village. They were dubbed the heroes of Wave and the bridge was called the Hero Bridge. When Team 7 weren't helping on the bridge, they were usually training with Kakashi in the forest, with the exception of Naruto, who was looking over the women Haku rescued from Gato's hideout. Once again I can't thank you all enough for the amount of help and freeing us of Gato's tyranny. Tazuna said, as they were all on the bridge. Don't mention it. Kakashi said. I Naruto. A group of Naruto's fangirls yelled. Oh. See ya. Naruto said and they just all gave him a group hug. We're going to miss you. A girl said. I think I need medical attention one more time. A girl said. No I do. No me. Hey. Back off. Shizuka said and pulled Naruto away from the girls. That was interesting. Naruto said. You just had to take the mask off. Showing them your handsome face. I should be the only one seeing that face. Shizuka mumbled to herself the last part as she walked away. Alright you three. Let's head out. We can make it back in a week since we no longer have a civilian with us. Kakashi said. See you later Tazuna. Narumi said.